who wants to fill everybody in as to what happened last week for an additional Benny?
Nose goes.
Son of a bitch never turns his camera on.
My secret is I'm always touching my nose.
Right back. I mean,
I know we left, right? We left Zombie Town, now Vampire Town, now one vampire, some zombies. You know what? That's their problem now. We are long gone.
Well, when you left, right? At least as far as you knew, right? Uh, no zombies, lots of vampires.
Didn't
Because
they
you
all watch the sunrise?
you weren't there at sunrise, were you?
I don't know. I actually can't tell you that.
Yeah, I can tell you that you were not there at sunrise. Y'all took
All
off.
right,
We
officer.
definitely left.
Well, I
Yeah, we
mean,
definitely popped
interestingly
out of
enough,
there.
you went back to the train, right? And then crashed out at the train and took off at sunrise, but you weren't in Duval's Bluff proper at sunrise.
Hell yeah. I think I was
That's
thinking
so funny.
about his last sunrise and how I
Mhm.
hoped it was.
Yeah, I mean, look, it would have been real funny, right? Had he gone through like 10 years trying to get this string, and it turns out, nope, doesn't work. Pop.
Honestly, should have watched the sunrise with him, had all his vampires die, then kill him and take the string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Well,
are
But you
on our
didn't.
way.
Right? Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
didn't.
Right. Yeah.
We are on our way
right.
north.
Ye- We we were on our way north. And then we got taught how to park the train after we let Franklin drive the train. We
If I
all
remember
realized
correctly,
none of
Franklin
us.
did all right.
Franklin, he actually did pretty good. Then we got taught how to park the train on the rails. While everybody was doing it, Joan rolled a critical failure, and the train was fucked for 24 hours. So we just had to wait on that. And I think we
Wow.
just did like a shopping episode, I think, mostly. Uh,
Name called out and everything. Jeez.
oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's basically it. You know what? You two sort of teamed up for that, so I'll give you both Bennies. Right, and you are in or have just departed Little Rock. You are, if I remember correctly, the plan was to get to Denver. That is about a 2.5 day train ride. It is about a day and a half to Dodge City and about a day to Denver, and that includes some just forced stopped because of whatever trains are in front of you, loading, unloading, that sort of stuff. Excellent. Let's see what I have here. Oh, I thought I put you guys on here already. Give me 1 second. Uh, or- let's move everybody over here, which is just where I've got the train right now. We'll pretend that you're on tracks. Y'all can move yourself to wherever you would like to be. You are more than welcome. If you would like to say you're going to stop anywhere along the way, if there's anything you want to investigate, by all means, that'd be great. Let's do the following. You're taking off. Let's see. Ted, you were the last one to roll on the travel tables. So let me pop that in there. And Max, if you would be so kind as to hit that let's get random button, and if y'all could decide who's driving today.
I will roll as soon as my game loads through.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, we can come back to you. We're gonna have a bunch of these. So Oni, why don't you hit that let's get random button?
Perfect.
Oh, I can hit the button. Hell yeah, whole bunch of numbers.
Cool. That's great. Who's gonna be driving today? And just
Not
an
Joan.
FYI, right? And just an FYI, while you're on the tracks, although you still have to make driving rolls, the only thing I'm concerned about is critical failures. You're on the rails. As long as there's not a critical failure, everything's going to be fine.
I'll do it.
Great.
Since I put myself in the engine room.
Yeah,
Critical
and actually,
failure
if
incoming.
right, if everyone could put themselves about where they think they would be as this is going, that would be great.
Bothering Abby since Abby's stuck in. There it is.
Yeah, right
immediately.
off the bat. Day one.
Called it.
Great.
Okay.
Train breaks were like 5 minutes out of town.
Awesome.
The weird scientist can't drive the infernal contraption. Guys, my dad's gonna be so pissed. He bought me this train.
What the fuck? I don't got insurance. Oh my god.
All right. This thing belches out fire, right? As you push it a little too hard. Not awful, I don't think. Abigail and Friendly, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Fine.
Oni, you take 5 points of fire damage. Being
Oh my
sort
god,
of
I'm not
behind
even
that
in the
door.
room. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yo, Ted, doesn't your apron help you against fire
Does.
damage?
-4 fire damage.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't even break my toughness.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
there's a real possibility that Abigail, like, this thing belches out fire, and other than like wiping the soot off of her goggles, like Abigail doesn't even notice until like
Oh, no,
Franklin.
wait, I'm sorry. I would be shaken.
Okay, until Friendly is
Yeah, so
like making some noise about
doing
being
that
injured.
cartoon coughing out smoke as I wait for this
Yeah.
shaken to clear.
I need to use. I got 7 toughness.
I got the fully naked back where it's charred off.
Oh, hold on. I got
Well, if
less
you've
than
got-
that because we don't have protection. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Right.
I got 5 toughness.
Okay. So shaken and 1 wound.
Yeah, I'll spend
You don't
power.
need to. Your vigor roll reduces the wounds by 1 from 1 to 0, which also unshakes you.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the corner as an explosion happens in here, and both
Yep.
of us are unhurt.
Right. Well, and the other thing with shaken is that because this isn't combat, like you could theoretically just say, "Oh, like I'm going to wait until I roll appropriately to get unshaken."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Chicken dinner. Chicken.
All right. Yeah, that happens relatively early
Thomas
in
is
the
like
day.
holding a bunch of boxes that's spilled over.
Nice. You in the afternoon, Abigail and Friendly, I think you're the only ones in you are the only ones in a compartment that has windows. So unless the rest of the crew is traveling with the doors open, you'll be the only 2 that see this. You see a covered wagon with 2 individuals standing on sort of the driver's perch. No idea if anyone else is with them, but they are fending off looks like 4 or 5 wolves as you are speeding by.
Abby, we should help them.
Sure.
Assuming, like, I'm not even checking to see if he slowed the train down. I'm just opening up the door and being like, everyone get ready. We got to go help some people for some wolves.
Or some wolves, or
From some wolves.
that makes more sense. All right.
Yeah, doors open.
God damn it. God damn it.
What, did you hope we were working for the wolves, Bobcat?
I was trying to take a nap.
Is the train slowing down for this?
It's
Or-
sure gonna try.
Okay, make me a driving roll, please.
Critical failure number 2 coming up. Oh, so close.
Ooh.
Still a failure, but you know,
Yeah, still a failure.
I'll spend a penny. Why not?
Hey, can I?
So there's
can I,
critical failure.
Incredible.
Okay, you
Absolutely
can't touch the
incredible.
train anymore.
can
You're
I
not
drive?
allowed.
I think I'm gonna drive.
Screw y'all. This is my day. We're all gonna die.
She's the smartest among
Engine
us.
explodes again.
It's not
14
necessarily
points
true.
of damage, Abigail.
What?
14 points of damage. Friendly,
Good.
half of that, 7.
That's fire damage again.
Yeah, fire damage. As it
All right, that
belches out.
actually that actually does some damage. Hold on. Does a wound.
Who's gonna kill us? The wolves or the
take this?
train?
Do I take the soak roll or do I just try to heal later? Oh no, Fred!
Good lord, what is
hate
going
you.
on?
Whoa.
Well,
Okay. Well, it's
I
been a
do
fun
not
session,
soak.
y'all. I'm just gonna go.
Y'all two gotta stop rolling. I don't know what's going on right now.
I'm just gonna take the wound and be shaken because I've already spent a penny
Yeah,
to cause this situation.
I don't even know
I'm
what
not gonna
happens on
spend
this.
a
I do
penny.
absolutely take a wound.
Okay.
You guys want to see how quick I can short out Adam's brain by just crit failing all night?
Come on, Adam, come up with consequences.
Yeah, well, here's the thing,
A
right?
critical failure must do something.
A train on the rails is going approximately 80 miles an hour, right?
Oh,
At
I've been in
this
this car accident before.
right at this crit fail, like you're able to stop, right? But you're not able to engage the brakes appropriately to like 2 or 3 minutes after you've seen this covered wagon and the wolves. So you are easily miles away at this point.
I imagine that this goes down as yes, braking for the people fighting the wolves. Which one of these is the brake again? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No.
Is it this
Is
one?
it this
Boom!
one? No. And this
Uh,
just goes on for a while.
Door opens up as Friendly's like, "Hey, Abby, wanna switch out?"
No, I'm having a blast.
Okay.
Literally.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go rest at the back of the train.
Friendly, your glove is singed on your critical failure.
Hmm.
What the
Okay.
fuck is that smell?
I immediately I see it singed and Friendly's like hunched over, like muttering to himself, walking towards the back of the train.
Fernando, you good?
Nope.
I look at friend and say, I'm just gonna check on the dock and then I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that was like a mile ago.
A mile ago. Okay.
Wait.
Ugh.
Oh, hello,
put my
Thomas.
head-
Which one of these is the brake? Do you know?
Maybe that one.
Probably when we stop.
Right. Nice.
Hey, just checking. Are you good up here?
I will inject myself with some Dactylite solution. I will spend a Benny to critically failure injecting myself with it. There we go. That's a success. Thomas just sees Abigail trying to inject herself a couple times. Oh wait, I don't need to use this thing, and then boop, boop.
All right.
Well, it
Train is
looks
stopped.
like-
You're a couple miles away. What's the plan?
So do y'all think we can pop this baby in reverse and just scooch along real
Absolutely,
calm-like, or-
yes, I can do that.
Okay, but you're not gonna drive us, back to
E-
Houston or something.
Go for it, Abigail. Yeah. That's
got-
clearly
I got-
not
I know.
two
I got one
ones.
Benny. I
We're
got
gonna
a
take your
Benny.
license. No, we're not gonna.
There we go. Nailed
Yeah.
it. Fuck yes. We're doing donuts.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're able to back it up, and now, right, you know what you're looking for. So and you know how the brakes work, right? And so as you're like looking out the window, right, you can see this covered wagon getting closer, right? You can see it in the distance and you see it getting closer. And so you can apply the brakes, at that point so that by the time you slow down, you're really close. And there they are fighting off. These two individuals are fighting off. It looks like 4 or 5 wolves.
Going to open the
What-
door and shooting a wolf.
It's 15 minutes into session, and I have no bennies.
I do the same thing.
Great. Okay. We'll like just Joan and Franklin, just make me shooting rolls, please.
Get to use my
I will not tempt fate. I will take what I am
Yep.
given.
Huge.
Great. 2 dead wolves, and the other 3 start to scatter.
Hell yeah. Can I try to shoot a wolf?
I'm sorry, what was that, Sean?
Can I also try to
Yeah,
shoot a
please
wolf?
go for it.
Show it. Look at my boy here. I knew my boy could do it.
Yeah, you get
Bam.
one as it turns to run. There's now just 2 living wolves. You do notice that the 2 people standing in the front of this carriage, they've dropped their weapons, and both of them have their hands straight up in the air.
Hell yeah, let's rob them. Easy money.
All right.
How are we doing back
stepping-
there? Everybody good?
I think so.
We
was
good.
shooting the wolves. I'll holster the gun, step out of the train, and raise a hand and say to them, "It's all right. We're friendly if you're friendly."
Oh god, they do not drop their hands. I sure hope that's true. It's been a rough ride already. If you are friendly, well then we sure do appreciate you stopping and helping. We were having just the darndest time getting rid of those things.
Hmm. Well, we're happy to oblige. This here is friendly.
They both nod. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm just fine.
Where are you folks headed?
Well, we were headed up towards Wichita.
Uh-huh.
All right.
We
I
got
don't.
Ken up there.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you kindly.
You got a plan for the next time? Well, do either y'all have a gun? I mean,
Well, I mean, Robert's got that shotgun there, but we're sort of embarrassed. We're long since out of shells. You wouldn't happen to have any shotgun shells you could spare, would you?
Awesome.
I do.
Where
Well,
y'all boys coming from?
we were out doing some trading in the Coyote Confederation, just south of here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're merchants.
Well, we're yeah, I mean, I guess you could say we're merchants. We try and find things that the Native Americans don't really, manufacture on their own, right? Pick them up in the city, trade them for things that the Native Americans have in abundance, and so on and so forth. A
Great.
lot of
Maybe
people.
we can do a trade.
Sure, we got We got lots of pots and pans.
Cool.
And we've got some animal pelts. Any of that interest you?
No, but I'll take a look. Maybe something catches my eye.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just check over their wares.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
the some a fair amount of cast iron cookware, and some very nice cured and tanned animal hides.
Hell yeah. And do they seem cool? I think they're.
Ye-
Are they okay?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what,
they seem a little freaked out, but they seem cool.
All right, cool. I tell them I'm not interested, but thank you for the time.
Okay. Well, can we give you anything for the shotgun shells? We'll take however many you can spare. We're not picky.
I can
What's
give you
the
20.
What's the best pelt you got?
He produces a rather large bear pelt.
I'd say that's fair if you're fair.
Hey, we'll take whatever we can in order to have something to protect ourselves with. We thought if we traveled closer to the train tracks, we'd be less likely to run into animals, but um, well, I guess we don't know if that's true because we don't know what would have happened if we were deeper in the woods. But clearly, it's not enough to avoid animals altogether. So, yeah, I mean, this would have fetched us a pretty penny, but it won't fetch us nothing if we don't make it back. So, we're happy to trade it for the shells.
Hell yeah. Is this like bear skin rug big, or is it smaller than that?
No, it's definitely bearskin, like large room bearskin. Like this was a big ass bear.
Sick. The train has decorations now.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Did Thomas just barter my shells for
I
this?
bartered your shells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude reaches out his hand. Thank you kindly, stranger. Name's Dylan.
Good to meet you, Dylan. Name's Thomas.
Thomas, given all the help that you've given us, I feel real bad about this, but I don't know. Don't know. Well, I'm just gonna say, what is that like armor you're wearing?
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I'll be. Robert, we're gonna have to check in with Hellstrom or Shears and Robart or something. There, look at the armor they're making these days. We wouldn't have to worry about wolves at all.
These guys'
Robert,
names are Bob
yeah,
and Dylan.
they are. Although, interestingly, I mean, keeping that had not occurred to me. Just because keeping with my theme for this game, it's Dylan Cruz and Robert Hassel, two outfielders for the Nationals.
A double funny coincidence.
Yeah, but Robert calls out, "Look, I hear you, but ain't no way we can afford no fancy armor like that We didn't even have enough money to buy shotgun shells. Dylan says, "Oh, well, fella can dream. Well, it was nice to meet you, Thomas, and thank you and your friends for saving our hides." Hey, Robert, I said saving our hides, then I traded them a hide. Robert
That was a good
just
one.
Robert's just like, Dylan, get back in the cart, please.
I'm assuming this is a horse-drawn cart, correct?
Yeah. I just put this here as representation. That's about how far they are at this point. Anything
How
else?
many horses we talking?
2 horses.
I mean, we could tether the cart to the train, put the horses in.
The horses
Why?
in where?
Why?
If we wanted to give them a lift, we're fast.
I don't
just
know
start
these
pulling-
people.
I just start pulling levers and chains in the.
Oh, well, hey, if you all would be kind enough to give us a lift, well, I promise we'll be no problem at all. And, I think, one good apiece, be it a pelt or a pot, that'd be, and look, the horses, they're real nice. We can load them up, just keep them in the back. We'll keep them nice and calm.
Sorry, where did you say you were headed?
Wichita. You don't have to take us all the way there. I know that's all. There's an offshoot rail that gets there, but it's not on this main line. But as close as you could get, if you could get us closer, that'd be save us a lot of time, a lot of headache.
Well, if we're taking them, Doc, then we might as well take them all the way. This is a
No.
great idea.
I'm not sleeping with these fucking horses back here.
You won't have to. I'll sleep with the horses.
I don't think any of
It's
us will
one
have to
room.
sleep with the horses. It's not that far.
Yeah, I mean, let's go take a look at it.
I'm on the landing bay.
Yeah.
Granted,
yeah,
I don't have.
We're in Little Rock. and
Well,
then
you just
somewhere
left
around
Little
there.
Rock, so we'll say you're about here, right?
Mhm.
You'd have to turn off here, and if you want to take them all the way to Wichita, you'd turn off here. Otherwise, you could stop here and leave them that amount of room to go.
If we're helping someone, we're helping them.
It's-
Take them to
it's like-
Wichita.
We already helped
100
them. Fuck
miles?
these guys.
It's a couple
Nope,
hours.
we have been volunteered by our party members to give these
Bro,
people
what
a
the
ride.
fuck? We
By
just
our party members, you?
The doc did.
Me, that was me.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
we killed off the wolves and gave them shotgun shells. Shit, fuck, we gonna pay them next?
Technically, we didn't give them shotgun shells. We traded them shotgun shells. But if everybody's against it, then, well, good luck to you, gentlemen, and we will be on our way.
Honestly, I feel terrible. I mean, it's quite a steal. This is worth quite possibly hundreds of dollars for
What the
pennies.
fuck are we gonna do with a whole bunch of fucking pots?
Dylan's already unhitched one of the horses and is leading him towards the train.
You figure out the pot situation. I got to get things loaded.
What? Oh, I'm not loading shit. I swear to God, I'm not.
I hope load them up.
Fuck,
All right, fantastic.
Why?
I asked for a nice rabbit pelt.
Yeah, they searched through there. It got a nice rabbit pelt for you.
fuck. Well, now I gotta get like the fucking. What you got? A Jaguar pelt? I need something. I need a big cat. I need a big cat.
Do they have a
Yeah,
bobcat?
yeah. Now
You
you're
gotta have a
confused all of
bobcat.
sudden.
Bro, they're already on. I can't get them off now, bro. Fuck, I'm not that much of a dude.
They have no bobcats. They have a couple coyote pelts.
What the fuck? Oh my god, I want these guys off this train as soon as possible.
Well, then we better get a move on and get our asses to Wichita, huh?
Or, hear me out, we don't let them on the train.
If they try to rob us, I'm gonna have to kill them on this train.
Cornelius, you're saying that book you carry around don't talk about helping people?
What, this one? And I flip through Hoyle's book of games.
That you do
Yeah.
remember that guy,
Fucking
like
asshole.
that guy,
Max.
walked me into hell, right? Like he just did that. I don't think he's that much of a good guy.
I just look over at Bob and Dylan like, sorry, we're dealing with some things still. Just keep loading if you want.
All right, first horse is in.
Or if you'd prefer not to travel with us, we understand. We can
We
take
gotta-
It'll
over.
be an uncomfortable ride, I promise, but
Okay,
they won't kick you off, most likely.
Bob and Dylan, I'm going to give y'all some warnings just to let you know what's going on with us before, right? We got a ghost lady that's trying to put her into a damn box that keeps almost killing us. This guy,
I
weird.
thought you were calling
weird-
me a ghost lady, and I didn't know if I should be offended, but
She is a ghost lady. Don't let her confuse you. Ghost lady, robot man, man that has
Dare you
weird,
speak Thomas that way?
a weird glove that glows and does magic on it. And we got a priest that plays cards with a fucking asshole. And I'm just a good old fashioned outlaw.
They are trying
Who
Who
else?
wears a
Ignore the
stack
mask.
with
I
a
mean, if you want to scare them off, just tell them about the fucking bobcat.
cat?
They will see the Bobcat and forced to.
It's good actually. I want them to come on. I want to help them. They need to be informed about the bobcat because you're gonna put that on in the middle of the night, and they're any right thinking person's gonna be fucking terrified.
Good. I hope they shit themselves and run off.
Okay, well, I guess you're pitching them to come on so that you can terrorize them.
Second horse is loaded. Let's go,
hey,
people.
whatever gets you to Wichita.
This is all going on while they're just like loading it up.
Yeah, I think at this point, Dylan's completely silent and just trying to make himself as small as possible. Robert takes the double barrel shotgun, breaks it open as if he were to load shells, right? But is clearly doing that to indicate that it's not in a condition to shoot like that. And so he breaks it open and just lays it on the floor and says, "Hey, we appreciate that back whenever you decide to let us off, if that's all right." And then he turns around, walks back to the back of the train where Dylan is now like sort of tried to tuck himself behind some boxes over here, right? And
You guys can be back here with me. I'll keep you safe.
Cornelius and Franklin, you probably hear it, or you might hear it. Friendly, you definitely hear it. Through gritted teeth, Robert says to Dylan, "What did I tell you about talking to strangers?"
We're generally pretty nice and accommodating.
Oh,
It's
hey,
just-
no, I'm sure you're perfectly
no,
nice.
I heard what you said. It's fine. I'm not offended. I'm gonna be working on a glove. You can ask me questions if you want, but you got a lot going on right now, so if you want to go kind of inside,
well,
that's fine.
we deal in pelts and leathers and the like. We do have some stuff that might help you out.
Oh, I need to. How good are you at patching stuff?
Oh, well, we're not terribly good at it at all, but we do have
Well,
some goos and goops and whatnot that can go on there, toughen some things up, shine some things up,
Yeah.
clean some things up.
I hold out the glove still on my hand. I've got another one that I was gonna start on, but I like this one a lot, and
Yeah, Dylan gets right to work on it. Like, is not talking to you, right? It's just
yeah, it's good to
pulled
have a
out his
task.
box, yeah, and is working on the glove.
Yeah, I take the glove off and hand it over.
They both cough at the aroma that is now
I know,
coming out, but nobody, neither of them say a thing.
Yeah.
Right? There's just that initial cough, and then they're right to it. It's a little more crowded, but everybody's loaded up.
Oh yeah, I finished hitching the cart.
Yeah.
Test the rope. Feels good. Hop on the train.
All right. You're able to take off again. I think we'll need. Are you just stopping at that turn off to Wichita, or are you actually taking the turn off to Wichita?
We gotta take them all the way. It's the quest we are
No,
given.
we do not.
Abigail said we'd give them a ride. Are we giving
I
them
said
a ride?
I
or
didn't say
not?
we'd give them a ride all the way to Wichita.
It makes
but...
sense.
offered
to
the
drop them
ride.
off. It makes we give them a huge head start by dropping them off before the at the turn off.
They
think
have
we take 'em-
horses. You
we
know,
take
they,
'em all
they
the way.
they'll be fine.
This all started with just shooting the damn wolves. Now we gotta give them shot themselves. Now we're giving them a ride.
Okay,
Get the
look,
fuck off.
You know what?
Wichita,
This
Kansas
cost
is
me
the
all
exact
3 of my
wrong
bennies.
direction.
We are doing this.
So we're gonna turn around, go backwards at this
Yeah.
point
No,
in the
no,
opposite direction.
no,
the
no,
right thing is we take them
you're
all the way.
right. You're only like an hour or two outside of outside of Little Rock.
Okay,
Right?
fine.
So you've got you've got maybe 3/4 of the day in the same direction that you were going anyway before you hit the turn off to Wichita.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
we're-
gonna
And
take
someone
them to
remind me
Wichita.
where
We
we're
take 'em
headed.
to Wichita.
R-
We're
you're-
heading to Denver.
You're heading to Denver, right?
Head stop number 1.
Right.
But we're making a detour in Wichita to do a nice turn.
Okay, is that the plan?
We could then cross country to Lawrence and just not actually lose any real time.
Well,
And
That
risk
would
putting
back
this
on
in
the
a
rail.
in a ditch.
I got the hang of it now. It's fine.
Yeah, we're any given day now from just throwing this right in a ditch.
Why do we keep letting them drive?
let me drive that.
Okay.
I'm honestly not sure why anyone has not taken Abigail
Let me
aside.
drive that.
I'm about to, man. Give me all the fucking
Okay.
thing.
If we're going to Wichita, I'm going to need one more driving roll. And that driving roll is basically it represents the, hey, first time driving a train, got to indicate that the trackman needs to switch the track over so that you turn off towards Wichita.
Anybody else want to drive? Because I will roll.
I'm driving.
Franklin's driving? Okay.
We're both unskilled at this.
That was everybody's
way more
unskilled. I don't think a
Nobody's
single
skilled at
one of
it.
us has driving.
Yeah, we're all bad at this.
And 3.
Okay. It's hairy, but you're able to actually bring the train to bring the rail runner to a complete stop before the switch, right? And someone just yells to the trackman, "Hey, like we need to go to Wichita," and they yell back at you rather with a lot of expletives about why not just use the appropriate signals or hit the track switch so that they know what they're doing, right? And you
What?
just right, exactly. Right, but they do it, and you switch. And I'd say, all told, between helping these people and loading them up and making this switch off to Wichita and then unloading them once you get to Wichita, it probably extends everything by about a half a day. So now instead of 2.5 days, the whole trip will be about 3 days. And I would say at this point, yeah, I mean, you've still got a little bit of daylight to get back to the main line and head back up to Dodge City. Dylan and Robert are super grateful, very now that they're here and actually able to get off the train in their final destination. They're can't thank you enough. Robert actually says, can I take the shotgun?
Yes.
He slowly reaches down to pick it up, leaves it open, slings it, is holding onto the buttstock and slings the barrel over his shoulder. Uses his other hand to tip his cat. Really, we can't thank you enough. Turns out, thanks to your kindness, we're not going to need these. And he puts your shotgun shells on the floor of the train. But y'all keep the pelt. It was worth the ride.
They fixed up my glove pretty good, right? Or at least patched it so I can scratch
Yeah.
the symbols that were burned off.
Yeah, looks real good.
Yeah. I give them $20.
I think there's that thing where earnestly they're waving you off and waving you off and waving you off, and
I just
knowing
solidly put it
Yeah.
into their hand. They try to like be like, no, and I
Right.
just smile at them like, mm-hmm.
right, and eventually they realize they're not going to. They're not going to win that argument, and B, it occurs to them, these probably aren't the people we want to be arguing with anyway. So they take the $20, and yeah, you have helped Dylan and Robert.
Y'all ever need a ride, just let us know.
No. No, don't let us know
Right.
shit. Don't.
It was nice
Dylan-
meeting you.
Right, Dylan immediately is like, well, now that you mention it, and Robert punches him in the face.
Please, thank you. Keep him in check. Oh my God.
All right. Yeah, you unload everybody. I assume you're just getting back to it, and but you're more than welcome to get out and wander around Wichita if you want. Now that you're here,
Does anybody want to do anything in Wichita?
We didn't even want to be here in the first place, Sean.
Yeah. I think we're just we're hitting.
yeah,
We're
All
getting
right.
on the switch. We're
Back
turning
down
around and
to
we're
the
going
switch,
out.
Or are we
Yeah.
going to off road to Lawrence?
I mean,
I'm worried
off-road
about
to
off-roading.
Lawrence, obviously.
No, we're getting on.
We need to open this thing up. That's the
Let's
problem.
use the train as a train
That's the problem.
for a bit.
Mm.
All right.
You know what? It'll work out. I'm gonna be back here working on my glove. Well, I'll become
Franklin's driving
aware.
now,
Yeah, I'll become aware of the
so-
consequences of our actions about the same time everybody else does. So
All right, now pull that lever, I think.
Don't worry.
Franklin,
You know
the
where the
choice is yours.
you just
you know where
want to
the
go.
flame stone is because there's the residue of all the egg, the little burning eggs. Yep, right here. Get behind here if you don't want to risk it.
Okay.
You get the,
Barring anything crazy, let's get one more driving
Dear
test for
God.
the day, just to get back on the main track. Oh my God!
There it is.
Good
Oh.
We
Lord.
Incredible.
can't do this.
Incredible.
I don't know.
So wild.
He just froze all. It's so funny.
That's beautiful.
It just
moly.
can't keep happening. It just
I should no longer be up front in the train, but I cannot move myself. I would have moved myself into the middle of the cart.
Okay.
Someone get her out
Yeah,
of there.
I mean, I assume at this point,
How'd
with
that work out?
everything, right? I assume at this point, with everything that has gone on, everyone
We're throwing
other
Abby
than
off the back of the train.
well, everyone other than Friendly is out of the blast radius, and the only reason Friendly you're in there is because you're working the thing. There's another belch of fire, right? And it's 9
Hold on,
points.
I'm not up there. I'm staying the fuck back.
Who
I'm
was
working on my
driving?
glove.
Franklin was driving. Sorry.
yeah,
Franklin's
I'm
driving.
making my way.
Yeah.
And I'm for sure I am in there with my boy.
Okay.
I'm
Great.
excited to see the Bobcat drive.
Yeah, hell yeah. 9 points of damage for both of you. 9 points of fire damage.
Tom, move your fucking hand. Tom, move.
It's the wrong leverage, that one.
Tom, no, it's this. Fuck.
No, it's this one. Boom.
Yeah, that's what happens when you pull 3 levers at once.
Okay, 9
Ugh.
is my toughness exactly, so that
Mhm.
shakes me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Are you all right?
We about to find out.
That would absorb 1 wound, and if no wounds remain, you are no longer shaken.
Hey. Oh, I'm good.
I think something's wrong with this train.
Maybe we should prepare for it next. Hey,
The
can you
funniest
go and-
part is that no matter what any of our ranks would have been, these crit fails
Right.
don't care.
Crit fails are crit fails, right.
Granted, it's easier to crit fail when you're rolling a d4 instead of like a d12. But if you had a d4 driving, it would still be a crit fail.
We're still hitting it's like a 1 in 16 chance basically. So like 6%, and we
What
just
do you
keep
think
hitting
about
it.
labeling these levers?
we should do that. They're just no, it's just all it's just a whole bunch of levers up here.
Okay. In addition to the fire damage that's done, well, this happens
Oh god.
as you are once again you're at the switchback from that Wichita offshoot back onto the main line, and the switchmen there are like, all right, enough, we're not dealing with this. They basically put you on an off track, right, and say, y'all, we're not dealing with you, you can wait till shift change, right? And so you've basically end up losing a full day or extending
Lost
this
rail permission. No.
right by a full day because these guys are not fucking with you anymore. And so you are sort of in the middle of nowhere, right? But the good news is everyone can get a nice sleep, and there's plenty of time to hang out. Anything anybody want to do or discuss while you are sort of stuck here?
Well, what the fuck?
See, it's a lot harder than it seems.
I got fucking Thomas over here fucking backseat driving me.
Okay, I'm side seat driving you. All right, we're equal here.
How the hell does that work? There's no co-pilot to this.
Maybe that's why we're having such a hard time. Maybe it needs 2 people to run it.
You've got to be drift compatible.
We have to be drift compatible, Jones said.
What the hell are you two talking about? I'm preparing my cigarettes for the next time it happens. I can just have it in my mouth so when it blows up on me, it just lights my cigarette.
I'm serious. That's smart.
I mean, hey, if it's gonna happen, we might as well prepare for it.
Spectacular. Anything else for this day of August the 6th, 1884?
I finished shoveling the last of the horse shit out.
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea. All right. The morning of August 7th comes. There's a whole new crew that's been warned about you. Right? And so one of them explains to you that they are going to drive the train onto the main line. And then after that, it's your problem. Do you all agree to that?
Please.
By
Hey,
all means.
Perfect.
All right, who's driving us once the conductor's gone, though? Cornelius, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, everybody
the
should
only
get
one who
burned.
hasn't
once.
Started us
Yeah.
out. Joan started us out. Did very well. Or Frendel, although I believe you've had enough
Nope.
of the cabin.
I'm out.
So it's myself or Cornelius, but I think Cornelius should go.
Cornelius,
I
can
don't
you
wanna
hit
say it.
that let's get random button, please?
I'm more of an off-wheel drive. The rails don't suit it for me, you know.
That's what I said. We should have gone off the rail.
And made it harder to do the thing that none of us know how to do.
But to be fair, we all just really suck ass at it. Seems like we all critically failed so far.
Okay. This is your trip essentially to Dodge City. You can get essentially to Dodge City. So let's make a driving roll for Dodge City. Go for it, Max. And it's just unskilled, because I'm pretty sure none of you have driving.
Show 'em Cornelius.
Pop
Oh,
off,
is
Cornelius.
it
Don't-
actually me? Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, buddy.
Right. You can protest further and try and make somebody else do it, but I think you've been nominated and the vote is in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's mostly that the rest of us have done it and fucked up. So
Right.
time
Everybody
to
has
step up.
touched
Yes,
every-
yes, incredible.
Everybody's
what
touched
did we
this
think was
button.
gonna happen?
Right.
I just it's now Thomas and Franklin side
No, I-
driving.
I like everyone's pushing him into the cabin. He's saying this is a really bad idea, and the first
Oh.
lever he pulls just kunk.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think that Mr. Duval might have actually still been angry with us.
7 points of fire damage, Cornelius.
Oh, that's not good.
I forgot about the D6. It's actually deeply not 6%. It's closer to like 4%. That we keep doing.
Yes.
We're really good at this.
That's just so wild.
God.
No,
Okay,
I-
we
I
ain't
have
gonna do
next,
it.
I have
Wild
next
as fucking
scroll
night.
if it happens.
I will also point out, right? I since we've already got way more experience with crit fails on driving this thing than I thought was going to happen. I'll also point out that these crit fails, right, I have adjudicated that these are the mild version of crit fails because you're on the rails.
Yeah.
There's only so much that can go wrong, right? And so I just want to make that clear, just so you know, when we're out in the open land, if there's a
Yeah,
crit
when
fail,
it explodes.
Yeah. So
right, like,
basically, it's really good we didn't take my idea and off-road between Wichita and Lawrence, or this would be even worse.
Like, this is purely bad
Ugh.
luck. We got to remember this. This is purely bad luck. We're just to consistently critically fail.
The train is cursed. It's not us.
I mean,
It literally cannot be us. now
It
at
can't
this
be
point.
us.
you are currently driving an all black train that was previously inhabited by like 30 Nosferatu. Right? So what could possibly be wrong with it?
Yeah.
Are you
yeah,
saying we got to
so-
stage it?
My
This
God.
thing-
We got-
You gotta smudge it. Yep.
Oh, I should have taken the hollow spell. Dang it.
This thing belches out fire at you, Cornelius. The let's see what we're talking about here. Let's get those off of you. Actually, you don't have
What is
protection
even
or deflection
happening?
anymore. Right. I mean, this is just wild. So technically, you would be.
Wait, are we sure
Shaken.
Cornelius didn't go in there with these protection spells on, knowing that it's been exploding?
Yeah, nice. But yeah,
It does seem
like
pertinent now.
there's you're like Cornelius. As soon as you take the levers, the thing spits fire at you almost immediately. It lurches forward, right? One of the switchmen literally runs alongside the train, jumps on, runs up, and says, "This one, not that one. Don't touch that till you need to slow down, for the love of God," and just runs off the train, right? And you are now rolling towards Dodge City. It is a fairly uneventful leg of the journey. You do about 4.5 hours out from that switch location. You do pass through a town that is just crumbling adobe structures in what appears to be a deserted town. Other than that, not much to see but landscapes and a few small town train stations, which most of them amount to nothing more than a shack and some wood planks laid out to make it a little easier to unload from whatever train may be going through. Anything anybody wants to do before you hit Dodge City?
Having gotten my glove relatively, like I still got to do some diligent work getting the symbols fixed. I am going to literally start praying over this train.
Okay.
Yeah, I am concerned. I'm afraid that like I know it is an infernal engine. This train is by definition. I'm just spending time fucking praying that we don't explode, that nobody gets burned, since everybody now has singed clothing. Except for Joan, who knew better.
I was the first one to fail. I just failed
Right.
before we started trying to drive.
I can't mechanically do anything about this. It's just known the friendly's like walking around praying in different parts of the
Hey, I did good on the
The
off road.
train.
I'm not a railer.
Hold on. I only because
when
I find
we-
it funny
When we
I'm
get
doing a
to
roll.
Denver, I can take a look at the systems and see if something is simply not where it's
Oh,
supposed to be. If something
I was
is
so excited
close
for
to
a
a crit
moment to be
failure.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like that would absolutely be the one. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like right now this is a placebo faith roll, and even that I almost fucking failed.
Look, I think had you crit failed that, we might have just said, you know what, let's do this next week. It's
Yeah, if I crit fail on a D12 and a D6,
Right.
yeah.
all right, excellent. You pull in to Dodge City. relatively large station. You slow the thing. You slow your rail runner down. You're instructed to wait there and then put it at like quarter speed or less once the switchman switches over to the appropriate offloading track. I think it's safe to say that you look confused enough that the switchman, like out loud, like loud enough for you all to hear it, is just, "You rich fuckers and your rail runners. All right, I'll do it. Get out of the way." Right? And just pulls you off onto a side track and asks how long before you're taking off again. As it's, I don't know, 9 o'clock at night.
Um,
Out
we
in the
have
morning?
any-
Do we
we
have
have
any
any
business
business here?
here?
Yeah.
Wish to take a day in Dodge City? Anyone?
do we have any? No, I don't think we did.
I don't think we have business here. I mean, I know we're not like hyper tracking it, but do you guys need food and water? Do you need to live?
We bought some. Okay, all right, we bought some.
Yeah, I mean, you bought some in Little Rock. It's only been a couple days. I'd say, good thing to keep an eye on it, and probably not a bad idea, particularly if you're headed off into the wilds. Might want to recheck that once you get to Denver, but I think you guys are good right now. So it sounds like there are no Dodge City plans. Is that correct?
Yeah, it sounds like we're traveling in the morning.
Great. Are you sleeping on the train? On the rail runner?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I will.
I am.
Okay.
I'm sleeping on the train. Yeah, I'm sleeping on the train.
Okay. Is anybody other than Abigail heading for nicer accommodations?
Suit
Well-
yourselves. I'm going to find a feather bed and some pillows and
I'll go with you. We don't gotta share.
Yeah, not a problem. Again, high quality accommodations are easily found for $10 a head.
Adam?
Yeah.
I spend some time labeling what I think some of the levers do.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they do that, but that's what I'm doing.
Make me a driving roll.
I'm sick.
Okay.
Well-
what it's not a crit fail.
Right.
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
But it
Pop
could
off.
be.
Oh.
Pop it
Oh
off.
my god.
That's how you change
Yeah.
it.
We will call that a +2 to any driving rolls made now that things are labeled. Still an unskilled attempt, but now it's just a D4.
Yeah. It won't fix the critical fail issue,
It will-
but
it will
does
not
give
fix
it
the
does
critical
give
fail.
confidence.
Right.
It won't fix the curse, but it will
Right.
fix the general operations.
Right. Love it. Spectacular. Excellent. Just real quick, anything at night?
I already deducted the extra money.
Got it. Excellent. Understood.
Abigail.
Yeah. Fantastic. Morning comes. Anything in the morning?
Morning's not the
Crew.
only thing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry, I mean Abigail. Never mind.
I was about to say on the train. Oh my god.
Abigail and Friendly, you getting breakfasted wherever you slept, or are you just hustling it back to the train?
Not only will I get breakfast, I will bring extra back for everyone on the train.
Oh, very nice. Also, you over here at breakfast, people are very excited. There is a speech in downtown Denver on August the 10th by representatives of the Laborers Relief and Aid Society. There's a couple people that are very excited and are clearly traveling. They're taking the train to Denver to catch that.
What is the current date?
It is now August 9th.
And they are going to
Okay.
be here the 10th, so tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that group again? Only so I can remember it.
Yep, the
to tell people.
Laborers Relief and Aid Society.
That's the organization that what's her name was a part of.
Yeah. So I figured I should remember that name so that Abigail can mention that when we get back to the train. Morning, everyone. I hope everyone slept well on the hard floor with no mattresses. Anyway, I brought breakfast, and there's a speech tomorrow. The representatives from I closed my journal and I've already forgotten. Laborers Relief and Aid Society. I don't know. I know that's someone's that we're chasing, but I didn't know if we wanted to take the time to wait and listen.
That sounds like that could be useful. I mean, if anyone's going to know where Avery Sutton might be, someone at the Relief Society might.
Is it
Hell,
a
it may even be her speaking. Not
Could be.
likely, but possible.
public speech or a private affair?
I did not think to ask.
Oh,
Well, then we should find out.
Yeah.
And head into town. Hey, check it out. I think this lever is brake adjacent.
Excellent.
How do you know?
It's more like a feeling, you know?
I go over and draw a question mark at the end of break on the note that you've left next to that one.
Yeah. As you do, you see there are other question marks.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Oh, Franklin, you already rolled that. Friendly,
Yeah.
if you would be so kind as to hit that Let's Get Random button, and while you do that, while you
I
do
see
that,
some lows and some highs here. Two
Yes.
D12s are 12s.
if everybody could decide on who is driving today.
Stay on the fuck away from
we may be staying here. We may not be getting in the car, right? Like,
Aren't we staying for the speech?
The flyer was
Speech is
for
in Denver.
a speech that's in Denver.
I
So
was in Denver.
oh,
hit the road
no,
either way.
we definitely
Ah,
need to.
Yeah.
Ah, well then.
I'd
I'll
like to
drive
drive.
again.
Well, I'd like
You
to drive
wanna
because I
drive?
actually haven't driven the train.
Okay.
Oh, go for it.
And you did all the labeling.
Yeah.
I did the labeling, but I haven't actually
Right.
driven it. And
I will.
it would be spectacular to continue this.
Yeah.
beautiful film.
So hit that
I'm gonna-
unskilled attempt and then just put a modifier on it that's +2. That's probably the easiest way to deal with it.
Is anyone with me while driving?
No, I'm laying in the sacks.
Okay, you
I
got
believe in
cover.
you, Thomas.
Dangerous in
I
there.
will
Things
be
go
up
on
there.
fire.
And people are literally
You're
behind
good.
cover.
You have an apron.
Yeah. Yep.
I will give you this option, Abigail. This goes for anyone, actually. Everyone is driven at this point. If you want to try and make a support roll, right? It is it's still an unskilled attempt, right? You do get the +2 from things being labeled, right? A success on this unskilled attempt will be a +1, right? A success with a raise would be a +2. A failure is nothing. A critical failure removes the +2 from having everything labeled. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah. Though I think, what about for simplicity that if a critical fail is just like a -1, right? Because then it's mirroring the success, right?
That's also the standard thing for support, I think, right? Like a crit fail on a support roll is.
Yeah, although I think usually a support role requires
true.
that you know what you're doing.
That I know what I'm
to be
doing
able to
in the
support.
first place.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I'm trying to help move
And-
this along so that we've got more and more shots at being successful. But if the blind are leading the blind and there's a crit like it's a real problem. But it unrelated, not necessary in this case. That's an additional +1, Thomas,
Okay,
to
hell
your
yeah.
driving attempt. So it's still an unskilled roll, but it's a total of +3.
I'll have a +3 onto it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I run my hands over the levers. I put kind of touch the engine, right? Feel the vibrations. Lean in a little close. Speak to me, girl. Come on now. Just show me where to go. And I start pulling some levers and seeing if I can drive the train. +1, +2.
Yes. Pop off.
Okay.
I can drive the train.
Yeah, hell yeah. The combination of Abigail's experience in what not to do, along with you having witnessed some people driving the train and therefore taking the time to label some things, has really paid off. And you roll out of Dodge City pretty smoothly, get up to speed relatively quickly, and you know how to keep it just under top speed so as not to put too much strain on the engine. Early on in the early on in the ride, you see a couple coyotes just roaming across the land and then take off. They're sort of headed in a sort of the same direction as the train is headed. It looks like they got scent of some prey that they are trying to catch up with, but they sort of veer off before you see how that resolves itself. Not much more to see until late afternoon. The sun has started to sink. There's a pink tinge to the sky as you look out on the right side of the train and see a group of cowhands moving a rather large herd of cattle. And it's far enough away, right, that it looks almost like waves undulating. It's difficult to make out any individual animal, but you can see this whole thing moving as a pack. You can see the professionals steering. It's quite beautiful, particularly as the western sun is setting. Um, other than that, nothing terribly exciting on this leg of the journey. You pull into Denver a little bit after the sun sets, having arrived safely and surprisingly with no difficulties maneuvering the rail runner.
It ain't that hard. You just gotta listen to her.
What?
Yeah, she speaks to you, right? She tells you what she needs, or this here, that there. It's a feeling, like I was saying.
Do you think it's because you're a robot and it's a like machine?
Not a robot.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, you're saying that you can feel it, like that it's this innate connection that you have with this contraption.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it is an infernal device. I mean, there's something happening there that none of us truly understand. Either way, next time someone drives, just take a minute to listen.
What's the plan now that you've made it to Denver, folks?
All right.
We should figure out where the speech is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go ask around about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to find out. There's a lot of buzz about it. Uh, there's going to be a speech made in the town square. There are rumors that both Avery Sutton. There are rumors that Avery Sutton's going to speak. There are rumors that Diane Schultz is going to speak, and there are rumors that both of them are going to speak. There's a significant portion of the population that doesn't seem to care one way or the other. There's a handful of people that are awfully grumpy about the disruption, and although no one will say it out loud, at least not in public places without knowing who else is around. You get the feeling there are clearly some people that are not fans of the Labor Relief and Aid Society, and are not fans of anything that is sort of pro labor. But the majority of people are excited either because of sympathetic feelings for the mission, or just the opportunity to be part of the spectacle of something important and different happening in town. Again, everyone points out that where the town square is, easy enough to find, and they say it's supposed to take place at supposed to start at 11. Speech is probably 11:30 tomorrow morning.
Let's scope out where it's supposed to take place.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. Let me see what I have here. Oops. All right, this will do. What you see, it looks sort of like this. Obviously, you see
completely
the.
blind.
Oh, let
It's
me.
all. It says I don't have a
tokens are
token with
populated.
vision.
Oh, that could be the problem. Oh, there's actually a bunch of problems. Let me do what I can to fix all of those. Abigail, you should be able to see. Cornelius, Franklin, Friendly,
Oh, holy shit, we on the block.
Joe, and Thomas. Okay, so you are standing in the square, right? It is. You can see there is bunting that has been put up around the sort of surrounding buildings and on signposts and the gas lamp posts that are that line the square. There's a stage set up over next to right up against actually this building here. And that's about it. Who
I
said it's
don't
still
actually
dark
see
for 'em?
anything.
Interesting.
I see my token.
Yeah, same. I clicked
That's-
to landing,
I
then
see
clicked back to
everything
City
normally.
Square, and now I can see my token and the area around it.
You do
I
have.
lit
It
a
looks like
torch
you
for a
don't have
second.
daylight on. Yeah. I have
Let's,
my my
Oh,
goggles.
there's
bubble.
everybody else.
let's find out
Hey,
what's going
how's it
on
going?
here. Oh, I
Maybe you
see.
don't have like daylight mode on.
How's
There
that?
we go.
Yeah. I unclicked the token vision on the scene and then did not hit save and just closed the window, which was the problem. Right. So yeah, again, there's a stage set up right up against this building here, right? There's bunting around most of the buildings and around the post for the gas lights that surround this square and are currently lit as the sun has gone down. There you see a few sheriffs or a few law officers of some sort, just sort of walking around, keeping an eye on things. Anybody that sort of hangs out in the square for too long, they come in and move them along, and that will include you if you try and hang out there for a while.
Yeah, we're just walking, enjoying
Mhm.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. Are we shooting this person? Are we?
I think we need to talk to them because we
Okay.
don't know nothing about nothing.
Okay, that's good, man. Let's look at it.
It is entirely possible that this Avery Sutton doesn't understand and still believes that what they're doing is the right thing, but simply doesn't have the knowledge that we have that Alberta discovered this course of action to be not what they were expecting it to be. He may simply be talked down.
I think that's sort of the easier of the two options. The other being that they're in understanding and are complicit.
They know about ancient god strings. They're in on it.
But I mean, we know about those. Duval knew about them. I agree that it's likely that this Avery Sutton will not be talked down regardless, but once we have avoided that option, we can't go back to it. We can always go to another solution.
So, after her speech, we introduce ourselves. Is that the plan?
I think it's worthwhile, but I mean, if you all don't, then
Is it better to wait until after or try to get to finding them before?
Before the speech, you mean?
Hmm.
Maybe. After seems safer.
I'm just recalling Alberta's speech and how it ended with an explosion designed for killing.
Oh, right. Well, do you think she'd be doing the same thing here?
I don't know. Probably not the same thing. Doesn't make any sense. But just thinking about it.
I think we listened to the speech. That's something. There's something to be learned there. But I think maybe after and direct. We need information, and we'd be fools to think that she don't know about us.
Right. And I guess we go off and come back here and wait.
We attend the speech like anyone else.
All right. Well,
Anything else while you're out on your evening walk? Fantastic. In terms of lodging options, couple things to note. First, nothing close to the square. All of that is booked solid. Second, prices for all levels of lodging are doubled. This is clearly a popular event, and inn proprietors are behaving appropriately.
All right.
Where are y'all staying? Or, I mean, what level accommodations y'all staying at?
I guess we could still stay in somewhere nice and just farther out and just wake up, make sure we're up early for it.
Yeah, I mean,
We don't need to.
you're still
We
in
can
the
walk
city. It's
across
not,
town or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right. So $20 a head, or if people are sharing rooms, $10. Those you sharing.
Jesus, I'll stay in the fucking train. $20.
What else are you spending your money on?
I need to buy insane armor, Rattler armor that is like thousands of dollars.
bro, I'm trying to just go to like the lower class one.
Franklin, you want to share?
Yeah, we could do it. We could share. I think we could
Yeah, honestly, if it's not a bother, I'll sleep in the train. Go. I'll save $20 and sleep in the train. Go. Is that insane? And will I be able to walk and not with enough time?
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to get up a little earlier, but yeah, I mean,
That's fine.
yeah, there's yeah, it'll work.
Oh yeah, I saved $20 and do that.
All right. Let me just give everybody the opportunity. Anybody have anything they want to do in the evening? Going once, going twice.
Not me.
All right. Morning comes. There is a buzz in the air. I would say that all of you, at various points, hear some chatter along the following lines. For Thomas, you probably hear it from passersby, right, as you're making the walk into the square. For the rest of you, you probably hear it from people that are working at the inn, and then the buzz is among people getting breakfast, and then it builds as everyone is walking out. I'm just curious, is the plan to meet at the square, or Thomas, are you meeting people at the hotel? Like, how are y'all meeting up?
I guess I meet him at the hotel.
Yeah,
Okay.
you meet at the hotel. We'll give share our breakfast.
Fair enough. And the rumors that you hear are wow, the contingent's even bigger than I thought it was. There's so much security out there. Well, did you see what they have on the roof? What is that thing? Has anybody seen anything like it? It looks like it's a wagon. Wait, on the roof? And there's, that sort of buzz just going around and around. You hear people talking about the president of the LRAS is here. Someone claims that they've seen the angel. Other people claim that no, like that's just a dummy meant to throw everybody off. If they can get that thing on the roof, like what else is, et cetera, et cetera. As you approach the square, you have some sense of what they're talking about as you see what does appear to be a wagon, but not just a wagon, but it's parked on top of the building that has the stage attached to it, and it looks a little bit like that.
Oh my god.
I want
Guys.
one.
Incredible.
Y'all, we need one for the train.
To lift the train.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll make things better.
Yeah, we'll be better at driving
That's
this
what we're
thing than the
missing.
train for sure.
Yeah, what kind of check is needed to drive one of these? It has a carriage. Obviously, it's riding, right?
Right.
There's no rails for this. If we nat one this motherfucker, we're going down.
Right. I mean, exactly what you need while you have unskilled driving checks, like a fall of hundreds of feet. It's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
Better way to learn than pressure.
right. There's a huge buzz. I mean, by the time you get there, even though it's early, the square is already, pretty filled, right? And there's overspill in the roads or pathways and alleys around this. There are people sitting in the trees, um, people hanging out of windows of these nearby buildings, and people are just gawking at this crazy thing. No one's seen anything like it really. They recognize sort of the covered wagon part of it, but how it got on the roof, no one really knows. What that thing above it is, no one really knows. It's all very exciting. And shortly after you arrive, a
Well, as far
band.
as I was literally just looking at the infernal vehicle since we suddenly have money.
Yeah, yeah. A band starts playing, right? And everyone is jovial and excited and clapping and sort of dancing along. And as they play, a bunch of people file out onto the stage. There's enough people in the crowd that it's sort of hard to see, and it's even harder to see because almost all of those people are seated on the stage, and it's not like stadium or riser seating. They're all just sitting in chairs that are on this flat stage, but there is a podium up front, and someone approaches, and he says, hello, welcome. I'm so glad we have such a wonderful turnout. My name is Alan Cole. I am the president of the LRAS Denver chapter, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have our Western region vice president here to raise all of our spirits and hopefully help our Denver chapter raise a little money. I'm sure you'd much rather hear from her than from me. So without any further ado, Miss Avery Sutton. And a woman gets up from the chair and approaches the I know what I did. No, that's wrong again. Approaches the podium. Looks a little bit like that. And as she approaches the podium, there are loud cheers, which sort of fade into polite clapping, and then people in the crowd just start shushing everybody else, because this being the time that it is, there is no broadcast system. It's just Avery Sutton shouting. She goes into her speech. I will not bore you with an entire speech, but here are some of the highlights. Brothers and sisters of the West, we gather today in reverence, not just for the Lord above, but for the laborers below, those whose hands build the very bones of this land. It said, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Well, I say to you, let us hasten that inheritance. The soil, a little bit more goes on. The soil of the Western Territories is fertile, but not just with wheat and gold. It's ripe with promise and memory. Our forebears rest beneath our feet, and through our labor we honor them. There are powers unseen in these lands. Not all are wicked. Some simply wait for a worthy steward, one who understands sacrifice, one who knows the burden of toil. And as she's building to a conclusion, and you can feel the excitement and buzz in the crowd, the West is a sleeping giant. Its soul is fractured. The time is near to bind the wandering pieces back together through unity, through will, through prayer and ritual and effort. We do not flee from the dark. We walk into it with torches high and backs unbent, and in the end, the West shall belong to those who do the work. And then she steps out from behind the poem, or behind the podium, and says a little louder, and who shall inherit the earth? And apparently some people in the crowd, either plants or people that have been to rallies like this before, scream out, the meek. And what shall they build? And from the crowd, a kingdom of labor. And who shall rise to join them? And the crowd, all who toil. And then Alan Cole, the vice president, starts that sort of chant again as Avery walks back and walks into this building here. Alan goes through the chant a few more times, and it's sort of dying down with each subsequent time he does it. At about the fourth time, the air carriage on top of this building actually begins to rise into the air, and there's a huge gasp from members of the crowd. A couple individuals actually faint. It's such an insane sight. But the air carriage flies off, and there's huge applause. And as the applause dies down, Alan Cole again screams out to everyone, thank you all for coming. We now have individuals walking through the crowd with hats upturned. Please give what you can. Every little bit helps. And to that end, I would like to introduce the Western Region's Leadership Council, made up of our biggest donors, and he introduces 4 or 5 individuals and or couples, and then finally says, and the newest members of our Leadership Council, Mr. and Mrs. Brewster, whose first names I don't have, but I bet somebody in the party does.
I'm not sure I ever actually made them up.
Right. Well, that's why. Right. But you, I mean, you clearly know who I'm talking about. So we can fill that in whenever.
Cody, did we decide? I thought they were dead. They're definitely dead. Frendel, they're dead.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, you said Brewster. You said Brewster, not
Yeah.
Beckett. I had a panic moment.
Wait, who's dead?
Yeah. Not your parents.
Never
Your
mind.
in-laws.
Carry on. Yeah, my in-laws.
The in-laws.
Okay. Oh, they're not dead.
Quick
Oh.
question, Adam.
That's somehow worse though.
It's kind of off book, but like while she was talking, is there any kind of role I can make to feel if she is like genuinely channeling some kind of faith magic? Or if it's just if this is just the faith of the crowds,
I mean,
right?
if
Which is
anybody
its own
wants to go
power.
back, I know I sort of plowed through all of that, but if anybody wants to go back and has any checks or any activities that they want to do, by all means.
Also, Adam, you said no speech, but that was a good speech.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
And
Thanks.
like bearing in
good.
mind that just the will of the crowd, right, and the appeal of
Mhm.
the crowd is its own magic,
Right.
probably.
Yeah, I would say with that, you are fairly confident of 2 things. First, is you're very confident no actual magic was being conducted there. That was
Yeah.
just oratory.
Yeah, just skill.
Yeah. I think the second thing with that raise is you would pick up on a couple different things in the speech. Like, just, given what we've seen already, right? Talking about what the fuck did I talk about? Talking about the land being rich, but not just with wheat and gold, but forebears that rest beneath your feet, right?
Mhm.
Given what you've seen,
Creepy.
things about the soul is fractured and the time is near to bind the pieces together. Given what you just saw is a little freaky.
Yeah.
So while nothing magical was occurring, it sounds like she has some knowledge of some magical stuff that has gone on. That would be your
Right.
guess.
She's basically wrapped the real magical stuff that is going on in the auspices of the, pseudo religious appeal to working rights.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think when you say something, unless you retconned it,
Mhm.
Abby, Frendel is just like a far away look, like tapping his chin with his finger.
I think with the full realization that these are my in-laws and not my dead parents,
Mhm.
it is more Abigail doing that thing where you like sink down in your seat, lower your head, kind of cover your eyes.
What are you doing down there? You're missing it.
They left
Yeah, what's going-
Boston. I didn't think they would ever
Wait.
leave Boston.
Hey, Abby, you,
Brewster.
or at least their last name.
Huh?
You told Friendly about them, right? Or at least their last name.
Yeah, I believe at some point Abigail has told everyone about the
Mhm.
Yeah.
Brewsters because everyone heard about Jonathan.
I take my hat off and slam it down on your head and pull the front low.
Okay, but I do have a hat on.
Mm-hmm.
2 hats. Hell yes. I will grab the second brim and pull it down over my
Yeah, I assume mine is bigger. Mine's bigger and slightly floppier, so you could just pull it down.
I didn't think they would ever leave Boston. I'm surprised they left. I have no particular hatred of them, although they certainly don't quite feel the same way, so it's probably best we just don't speak to them.
On
But-
that topic, the only thing if they have, I guess, in common with being out here is you. Is there any way they could know where you went?
I have no idea. I have no idea what resources they still had remaining.
Well, magic is on the table now if they've allied themselves with. I like hook a like forehead up to the sky where the balloon is slowly receding.
Wait, it's a bad thing if they see you, right?
certainly would not be ideal. We are not exactly on great terms. Perhaps we should leave. It would seem that Avery Sutton has flown the coop. I don't think we'll be able to
Yeah,
speak
we'll
with her
head
this
on
evening,
back
but we
and
should see if we can track her. Is it worth? I mean,
Well, hang on.
it'd be that hard to follow a balloon in the sky.
I did want to ask,
Mhm.
because our goal was to speak to Miss Sutton. You described her going into a building and then
Yep.
the thing rising.
Yep.
Are we to understand that she has left on that carriage?
That is certainly what appears to have happened.
Okay, I I asked Abigail, Ain't they the ones that sent that lady with the coffin after you?
Possibly, unlikely. It turns out. After all, it was saying Abigail Beckett, and they would have called me Brewster. And the dealer seemed to imply that that was done because of Frendel and not me.
Oh, all
Okay.
right.
I mean, I feel like we should talk to them. At least they got some connection to Avery Sutton. See
I
what
know where she's going.
You all are welcome to speak with them. I wouldn't recommend mentioning my name.
it can't be that bad,
And they
can it?
wouldn't recognize Frendel from the wedding, would they?
Wow, you went really roboty. I'm sorry, I did not catch that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I asked, would they recognize Frendel from the wedding?
Oh, I wasn't there.
Yes, no. They would have. I mean, they've never been. Well, they may have been in the house. They did know mother and father fairly well. But it's unlikely. I mean, mother and father didn't exactly keep a lot of pictures of Frendel up after he left.
Yeah.
So, but I mean,
I
it's
mean-
possible they might recognize Frendel, but they wouldn't recognize any of the rest of you. And to answer your question, Thomas, yes, it is that bad. I killed their son.
All right. Well, I think if it ain't you talking to him, I don't know that any of us should. But that don't mean we can't also get what we're after. If Avery Sutton's flying away, maybe we can make a donation big enough to get an audience.
We?
Yeah, we.
We together don't have $5,000.
How do you know that's what it takes?
I worked for a church.
Wait, I'm sorry. What would we need $5,000 for?
I'm only
Donated to
saying that
them.
I don't think we have a means of organizing that kind of donation.
We don't even know how much it might be.
Donation for what? What? I feel like I have
You don't want to talk to your parents, right? So,
parents-in-law.
right, we donate money to
Ah.
the thing to get an audience with Avery. But apparently it costs $5,000 standard, which means we're in the wrong line of business.
I mean, we could speak with instead of speaking with the Brewsters, we could speak with the gentleman who introduced Sutton. He seems to know her, and we could
The chapter head?
yes, the chapter head, and we could simply mention Alberta. We have a message from Alberta or something like that.
That could do.
That could
bear
do.
bear in
Donate to
mind that
him.
if they know about us, I mean, Avery Sutton or whatever, and they have ways of communicating over distances, then that'll just triangulate where we are for them.
We gotta
But
make
we're not
contact sooner or later.
Avery
right.
Sutton has no.
We're not actively being hunted by any of them right now.
Well,
That
I
we
mean,
know
we're-
of.
Not by anybody here. Well, I mean, most of us aren't.
I think that was other than my issue with the Brewsters. Well, the Brewsters issue with me. I don't. Yes. There's also no reason for them to know who we are. I mean, we have not seen Avery Sutton before now, and in the time that Alberta was a concern for us, there's no reason to believe she would have spoken with. She had a chance, rather, to speak with Avery Sutton about who we might be. So,
I think that's a smaller possibility, but sure. Either way, we need an introduction or a meeting.
He also might simply be able to tell us if she's giving another speech somewhere.
Right. We could say we'd like the speech so much we'd like to attend the next event. Where will she be at next? We're very interested in donating.
We did get the sense. I mean, there was some. There was certainly enough members of the crowd that it would seem that she has a bit of a following. Folks who go from camp to camp. I mean, we could also ask the audience, ask people here in the audience. But that seems like it would take considerably more time than simply asking the organizer.
These are all great ideas. One of y'all should definitely take care of that. I'm not. People don't like talking to me so much.
Miss Broussard, this is one of your better areas of expertise.
Yeah, sure thing. I can go up and have a word with them.
Excellent. So is the plan to try and make contact with them here and now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, he's up on the stage, glad handing people, and a lot of people in the crowd approaching and with things they want to say or ask or whatever. Who all is going with Joan to approach the stage?
I'll come along, but I don't plan on speaking.
Definitely not myself.
I'm also going.
Okay. So Joan, Cornelius, and Franklin are approaching the stage. It sounds like by process of elimination, Abigail, Friendly, and Thomas are hanging back. Is that correct?
Yep.
Reckon so.
Great. Yeah, you have to wait in line maybe 15 or 20 minutes, right? As you get closer and closer, you start to overhear the conversations. Most of them are just really excited, really grateful people that are sharing personal stories about what this movement has done for them and how it's made their life better. There are a couple people that are informing Alan Cole about ways that he could improve things here in Denver. And Alan is very professional and very polite, but it's pretty clear that he's just trying to keep this line moving. And before you know it, you are up, and Alan says, "Good afternoon. How may I help you?"
It is so wonderful to make your acquaintance. My name is Mrs. Broussard, and I want to make myself seem very big and important.
Mhm.
And uh, I've got Miss Sutton. Is she going to be speaking again? I've got to see her. Where would she be heading next?
Oh, well, unfortunately, given the sensitive nature of the movement, she, as all of the leadership of the LRAS, they're very secretive about their movements. This speech here is only 3 or 4 days notice. for people in the surrounding areas to come out. I would love to see her speak more than I have, but I simply do not know where she'll be speaking next.
Well, are there any big moves that we can expect from the organization moving forward? Any major strides to look ahead to that she might be involved with?
Well, there are always big moves being made, um, appeals to titans of industry, um, protests, uh, op-eds across um, Western newspapers of all sorts. It is primarily a movement that requires work on the ground, and Miss Sutton does most of the orchestrating uh, via telegraph wires.
Well, has Miss Sutton just fully left town already?
Oh yes.
Would it be possible for us to find her in Denver?
No, no, I'm afraid she has taken to the skies. Um, surprisingly, the safest way to travel for someone whom the kings of industry might want to see ended.
Indeed,
Look,
indeed.
even Hellstrom, right, has focused primarily on trains and underground travel. So the options for air travel are few and far between. At that point, you see two people walk up behind Mr. Cole, and one of them puts a hand on his shoulder and sort of spins him part of the way around. Says, "Well, Mr. Cole, you you haven't even bothered to introduce us. Who are these fine individuals?" Mr. Cole says, "Oh, this is Miss Broussard, Joan Broussard, and friends. I don't think I've got their names." Um, and gentleman extends his hand and says, uh, "Miss Broussard, what an honor to meet you, Mr. Cole. How could you keep them waiting? I'm Jim Brewster. Um, this is my wife Diane. We have heard about you. You are from Louisiana, is that correct?"
Yes, sir.
I do believe you were asking about Miss Sutton's whereabouts while you were in New Orleans. I'm sorry we haven't been able to
Indeed.
get back to you.
Well, I mean, I've been on the move anyhow, and here we are.
Well, how about if we have supper this evening, my wife and I, and you and your 5 friends?
Well, I think that would be delightful. I see no reason not to.
Wonderful. We look forward to seeing you all at let's say 7 p.m. at Lord and Lily's. Address is here. You tell Abigail we look forward to a family reunion.
I'll be sure to warn her appropriately.
Wonderful. And as they sort of walk off, Alan Cole now has a completely different attitude. It's like, oh, well, I had no idea that you were friends with members of the leadership council. What is there? Where can I get in touch with you?
Oh, if you have anything to forward, the train station, they'll be able to direct it to our car.
At the train station. Can I get you better accommodations than the train station?
I mean, our accommodations at the train station are just fine. Are you trying to imply that our accommodations are not?
Oh well, I thought perhaps you might like something a little more homey. But if you are comfortable, then I am happy for you. I meant no offense.
Well,
I,
I'm not one to turn down an offer. I'd be happy to see any other lodging you might have available for us.
wonderful. I will make some contacts around town and send word uh, uh, to the train station, or perhaps I know you will be at Lord and Lily's at 7 p.m. So if I find something before then, I will leave a note for you there.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Again, a pleasure. And shaking Cornelius's hand and Franklin's hand, a pleasure, a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Well, see what Abigail has to say about that. Head back over to the others.
Hmm.
Though he didn't have much to tell us about Miss Sutton's whereabouts. However, there were a certain Mr. and Mrs. Brewster that invited us to dinner.
Now that's funny.
Do we
Like,
think
Seems
they
they
did?
did. They recognized me from New Orleans.
So either they have
Abigail,
a
they
very
said to
sorry, go ahead.
look forward to meeting with you.
Yes, I'm sure they do. It means they either have an extensive spy network or are using some sort of magic to.
And so they gave you a time and a location for us to be there.
Indeed.
So it's a trap.
Sound like
It
dinner.
sounds like dinner.
I feel it might be more diplomatic than a trap.
I look at Abby.
Hold on, I've got to remember exactly what my hindrance is. Enemy. I couldn't remember if I took wanted or enemy, so I was double checking that.
Both sound great.
Yeah, yeah, that's a hindrance. Yeah.
What's the dress code like?
Armor.
I mean, they didn't write say.
Bullet.
Yeah, I mean, we're wearing, well, I guess I wear this all the time. But Everybody bring your guns.
You have one?
No.
Why that coming?
I
All
mean,
right. Well, we should
Obviously,
probably
that's
have
why he
this.
told us to bring ours.
yeah. To be clear, Abby, they know what you did, right?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go somewhere else to have this conversation, though.
Sure. Yeah. Train.
Train, any of our hotel rooms would be fine. Just not
Yeah,
on the
you're
street.
able to relocate to whichever location you choose.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably being followed, so it doesn't matter much where we go.
I don't think they have much reason to have us followed at this point. They seem to know. Well, I guess unless being followed is how they know. It is very unlikely that this will end well. The Brewsters and I did not part on remotely reasonable terms.
I understand that, but they are our best chance at learning much of anything at this
No,
point.
I agree with you, and I'm prepared to join you all, although mostly because I believe that they will know if I don't, and then I would be on my own anyway. I'm just making sure you all understand that this is
It might be
unlikely to be a
tense.
cordial dinner. Well, I suppose you might as well all know the full of it.
Please.
I have told you all before that I am the one who killed Jonathan, their son, that he was sick, and then he was dying, and that what I did was an act of perhaps mercy. But the truth is, I don't think it was. And as she speaks, her very polished accent is going to fall away, but I can't do Boston, so just imagine this all in very heavy Boston by the end. I killed Jonathan because well, one, I hated him. Two, I needed to know how the disease, the curse, the whatever it is that he had gotten from some horrible thing or other that he had done, I needed to know what it was doing to him. Because I needed to know what it was doing to me. The real truth is that I am dying. I have been for some time now. And she will turn and slowly lower her dress enough so that the top of her implant is visible. Frendel has noticed this, and Frendel, I was not lying when I said that this is so that I can give myself the medications that I have injected a lot of you with, but the truth is, they are always in my system. I developed the dactylite injection because I discovered that this curse, this disease that Jonathan got that spread to me when I tried to cure him, it was slowly dissolving him. Not enough to kill him, just enough to keep him in pain constantly. With the dactylite injection, I don't die. My organs stay functional. That put me in a significant amount of pain, you must understand. Dissolving, regenerating, dissolving, regenerating. I developed my... what did I call it? My astroscopic solution to deaden the nerves, make the pain manageable, tolerable, livable. Jonathan isn't dead because I felt pity for him. Jonathan died very horribly, so that everyone who was infected by him, myself included, might live. Now, to his parents, Jonathan could do no wrong. They propped up every gambling debt. They paid off or disappeared everyone who might have a problem with him, everyone he might have crossed at any time. Jonathan was their golden child. And he was their only son. He was the heir to their fortune. And all they know is that I have taken that from them. They don't care about anything else. This meeting will turn bloody one way or another.
You think they're gonna try to kill you?
Perhaps, or capture me and take me somewhere where they can do to me what they imagine I did to Jonathan.
Well, they can try, alright, but that ain't happening. But that don't mean we gotta do nothing to them.
No, no, they do.
I truthfully have no enmity for them anymore. Whatever we were to each other, to me, died with Jonathan. Was killed with Jonathan. They mean nothing to me. They never really did. They were simply our parents' friends, Frendel, who had a son that they wanted to marry off, and before our parents, finally passed, I agreed. Thought it was
Why is
what
it that
I
you
was
don't
supposed to do.
why is it that you don't like Jonathan? That you hated him?
He was a degenerate. He had run up gambling debts with every agency that would even remotely lend him money. He then, after our marriage, which our marriage night he spent in a brothel, he then proceeded to run through all of Frendel's and my money. Our parents were unimaginably wealthy. I cannot stress to you, Frendel, you know,
Yeah.
there's nothing left of it. Nothing. He gambled or sold it all to feed his gambling, or just because he could or wanted to. He cared for nothing, cared for no one, and when he got sick, when he crossed someone who gave him this curse that would spread to anyone who tried to help him, he told no one. He asked so many people to help him, and they all died horribly. As will I. There was nothing redeeming about him. He cared for no one and nothing but himself.
Alright.
The only good thing he ever did in his life was die, so that the medications that keep this disease, this curse, this whatever it is, nothing I haven't been able to truly catalog it. There's no physical reason it should have jumped from Jonathan to myself. But it did.
And so if someone helps you, they dissolve.
They will become subject to this curse.
What does that mean? Help? I help you plenty.
But you have not tried to cure me. You have
Oh.
not tried to give me my life back.
Yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, but like, I mean, I can't really dissolve like the same way. But I don't know how to fix you none either.
Neither do I yet, Thomas. That's why I was working on Hellstrom's project. That's why the concept of a body that can't dissolve, that can't decay, that can't decompose, that feels less pain. I think you can see why I was on that project. But I wasn't about to let them destroy you to put anyone else in there.
Doc, this is fine. I made my peace with it a long time ago, but you don't want this.
No, I don't think I do anymore.
Well, I mean, couldn't Frendel do something about it?
No, I will not risk him becoming subject to this.
We can argue about that later.
No, we can't. There will be no argument. I am the older sibling, and you will listen to me.
You can try it your way, and if you can't, I'll fix it.
You can't, Frendel.
Well, can you like say a prayer against curses and then fix you?
I've no desire for any deity's help fixing this. I will fix it. I've already bought myself time. I just need more.
That's what I said. You try it your way first. If it doesn't work, I'll figure it out.
It's her decision now. Y'all gotta let her choose how she wants to do her thing.
Sure.
All of this brings us back to dinner with the Brewsters. I agree with Joan. They're our best source for information, our best source for a chance of information, unless we want to try to chase down that flying contraption.
I don't know how we really would. We've been standing here yapping for like an hour. Come to think of it, I think we're the only ones here now.
Well, I believe you're in your
I guess
hotel
so.
room at this point.
Oh yes, we're the hotel room.
Yeah. I hope so.
Oh, we are the only ones here.
But that's good, man. But
What do you
I
need to? Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
if we gotta go there, and we're getting ready to be attacked now. Put my hands up. I will shoot him. I'm going to be honest with you. I will shoot.
They do have wealthy friends, it would seem, so just be careful. All of you should be careful.
Question I
I will
have to
go.
ask, I guess, is
If
when he
anyone has
took
questions.
the money, did he waste it all, or did he just move it?
Oh, it's all gone. It's all wasted.
No, I mean, I don't see us getting it back. That's not why I asked. Did he just give it to his family?
No. No. He wasted it away.
Well, that's good at least.
So what do you need?
Really sure how,
John?
but
Well, it's better than his family having it. Being double rich.
I see what you mean. Well, so our parents had much of the medical trade amongst the wealthy of Boston's elite. If anyone needed anything, wanted to look different, anything that they might need, our family was the one to take care of it. It made, like I said, it made our family very, very wealthy beyond. But
While they were training her to take over, I was glad handing.
Yeah. These people rich, right? They got a whole bunch of money.
they should. I mean, they were the only other family in Boston that could take care of medical needs like that. And when our parents died, my parents wanted to join the two. They were afraid. Honestly, I think, were afraid that the Brewsters would try to kill me so that they could take what they ended up getting, which is control of Boston's medical.
I'm
Not
just
trade,
gonna
but
say it because I'm hearing it. Do you think that they killed your parents?
no.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that sounds like great motivation.
No.
You're the only competition, and now they have all of it.
Yes, but they didn't. Our parents were simply older when we were born and never had other children, and they passed normally.
Oh, all right.
Y'all said y'all
Man, that
y'all
would
from
have been a
Boston?
twist, though. Yes.
Hey, do you this might be a random question. Do y'all know a girl named Mary? Mary Beth up there?
What sort of circles did she move in?
Um, I don't. She's more of a writer type, so I don't know what circle she'll move in. I'm just about yay high, brown hair.
Honestly, it's not ringing any bells, but
Yeah.
Frendel you may know, but Frendel was
Yeah.
out and I was in finishing school for a significant portion. Or then
I
maybe
hope Frendel doesn't know them.
Adam, does that ring any bells?
I don't think so. It less likely to ring bells for you, Friendly.
Yeah. I mean, especially if it was an
Wait, does it?
academic.
Does it ring a bell?
If she was an academic, it would have been a lot less likely for Frendel to
Well, yeah, and I mean,
be
you
the
were
one talking
probably
to her.
right. You were probably gone, also.
True.
You
Does
know,
it? Does Thomas? Does it ring any bells for Thomas?
no, not that I'm aware of. If it rings a bell for anybody, it would be Abigail, and I think ultimately, I think it's deep enough backstory stuff that Ted, I'm going to let you make that call. I mean, Oni, it'll be on you to explain who this person is, but Ted, you can make the call whether or not you want to be like, oh yeah, I think I remembered somebody that fits that
On a 20.
description.
No, I got no
Okay.
idea who this person is.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah,
she to you?
Oh, she's if I'm being honest, she's the girl that taught me how to read. She taught me how to read and write. Uh, back when
Oh
I was
yeah,
a kid,
there's
back
no way
in
Friendly knows her.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be me.
Ouch.
yeah. She taught me how to read and write. This is back when me and my daddy used to stay up in Chicago, and then we moved out west to New Mexico. Was that where we were?
What does Chicago have to do with Boston?
Well, she went out to Boston.
Oh, I see.
I was, I was thinking she might know you since she does. She was a reporter or some sort back there.
I suspect by then, given the difference in our ages, that I had already left Boston.
Yeah.
No, I'm afraid I don't know your friend. Anyway,
Yeah,
this-
7 o'clock is approaching, so if you guys want to make plans for this dinner, now would be the time.
do drugs, commit murder. No? Okay.
Well,
Before dinner?
After dessert.
I'm
at
geeking
least.
out at dinner. Yeah, I'm geeking out at dinner.
Anyway, if anybody has any other questions, I will be over here putting myself together.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hey, what do you need to like fix yourself? Do you know that and then you just can't get it yet, or?
I have found ways to treat the symptoms, but no way to remove the actual disease. Like I said, I'm not entirely. It seems to be a mix of the two. It's not fully a curse. It's not fully a disease. I can treat the symptoms. I keep myself alive.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
I could get
when
into
you
how it works exactly, but I don't think anyone really wants the details.
when you figure it out, you let me know.
That's part of why I was so interested in Mr. Everett when we were in Duval's Bluff.
Emerson.
Emerson? Everett? Yeah, Emerson. I'm sorry.
I'm Mr. Everett.
Yes.
Under a little
Oh, you said
stress,
that was your
Abigail?
father.
Yeah, that's my dad. Well, after everything you've done for me, it's only right I'd help you the same.
I appreciate it. I'm still looking for a way to remove it, but I've made my peace with what will happen.
I will find a way.
Until then, there is much living to do. So, I spent so long studying and in school and then working for Hellstrom. There's things to make up for.
No better way to make up for it than dinner with your in-laws that want to kill you.
Maggie just let out the quietest little yeehaw.
That can't be true.
I'm sad it didn't get picked up.
It really did happen.
That's Franklin saying that, but yeah.
How do I get like cleaned?
With a water hose.
Yeah, how do I get can I go to a bath and have somebody like clean me? Trying to look good for this dinner.
You can, although, and I don't know that you're going to like the answer to this, right? Probably the best cleaning you're going to get is with water, and a stiff horse brush.
I mean, that's fine. Now else, I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a couple hours, so everyone can do. Actually, why don't we go through everybody and give us a couple sentences about how you're preparing? Thomas, we can start with you.
Hell yeah. For some reason I want to do this like at the train yard, but I don't know where you actually go to like bathe. It just seemed funny. In the image of my mind is like train engineers like spraying me down with a hose, scrubbing. I just think it's funny. It's just funny.
Love it. Yeah, somebody's working the pump, spraying you with that. Look, those people are certainly comfortable cleaning metal things.
Yeah, get after it.
Yeah. Excellent. Franklin.
Oh my god. I'm gonna also go take a shower,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing where I'm just wrapped up in the towel in the hotel room as I look at the Bobcat mask. Yep,
Nice.
that's me. That's how I'm preparing. That's me. That's how I'm prepping.
I love
Are
it.
you speaking to the mask? Is the mask speaking to you?
Right,
Bro,
right.
I'm
Have we
just
reached that
standing
stage
there,
yet?
just looking at the mask. I'm
He's
looking like
brooding.
The fucking
He's
Willem
brooding.
We must kill the Spider-Man.
I was gonna say it's
Yes.
the Willem Dafoe Green
Yeah,
Goblin
yeah,
scene.
So literally, bro. That's exactly what's going on.
Gollum
Amazing.
Oh my
Smeagol
God.
going on.
He's right. He's making litany for the Bobcats.
Amazing. Excellent. Cornelius, what does your prep for dinner look like?
This was just supposed to be a fucking random item.
I'm going to a barber and getting cleaned up, and I think I'm going to buy some new traveling clothes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It is a good RP expense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And no, never mind. That's fine.
Joan, what is Miss Broussard doing to get ready?
I think she's gonna have her clothes dry cleaned.
Okay. It's going to cost you, given there's only a couple hours. But if you're willing to pay, you can find somebody willing to do it.
I think she's looking for it, and depending on what you're willing to pay means.
I don't know if dry cleaning is a service in the thing. If it is, just double it, and if not, we'll call it, I don't know, $5.
It's just double it. It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is not a service that's listed there. So yeah, we'll call it $5.
Okay.
I mean, I figure if you can get buried for $5, right? Having someone clean your shit in a couple hours, that sounds about right. $5. Anything else for you?
I think she'll take a good long, very hot bath also while the clothes are being cleaned.
Lovely.
That's it.
Friendly. How about you?
Yeah, well, at the last stop, I bought new traveling clothes because mine were burnt to shit. Now they're singed again. So I'm washing my face and nothing else.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, the idea the idea right now of going and getting high society clothing and even bothering with any of that is offensive.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, fuck that. I'll wash my face because I'm pretty sure it's grimy, and I'll do like a wash just so I don't smell like shit. But I'm not getting new clothes and I'm not getting shaved or anything.
Lovely. Lovely. And Abigail.
Abigail is doing all of that. I was looking at the
Yep,
price
yep,
of
yep.
fancy dress.
Yeah.
Kind of what I was hoping
and
for.
suit fancy dress goes for 15. I'm spending 150.
Nice.
God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You
Also a bath. which is $1.
Right. You have the life experience to know that while the $15 and $25 and $30 dresses would have you standing out amongst, the everyday clothes that people wear, with $150, you would stand out in any occasion. In the highest of society gatherings, you would still stand out, which presumably was part of the purpose of spending that money. Excellent.
I also
7
need
o'clock.
something big enough that I can still wear my armor underneath.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. 7 o'clock approaches. Y'all head to Lord and Lily's.
Mhm.
As you do, you see a good God. As you see a lovely 2-story brick building. A lot of gas lights out front, bright with appears to be primarily candlelight inside, although there are some gas lights clearly hanging from the ceiling. It is crowded, lots of people, very popular bar. As you enter, you see everyone is very well dressed, and it doesn't take long before you find the Brewsters. There is a large round table in the center of one of the 2 dining rooms. The dining room on the left actually has the large bar in it. The dining room on the right has no bar in it, and it is in the center of that dining room where you find the Brewsters seated at a large round table that can easily seat 8. They are already seated, and there are 6 empty chairs.
All right, I'm gonna go sit on down.
Yeah, as you approach, they both stand up and sort of nod to you. Welcome. We're glad you could join us.
Mr. Mrs. Brewster.
Thomas.
I'm gonna straight up first name them. Jim, Diane.
Glad you could join us, Miss Beckett.
Oh, it's back.
Fuck, bro, they took the high road.
No, they didn't. It's back to Beckett.
Well, shall we get started?
Indeed.
Jim snaps his fingers, and people start bringing food out. There is a little surprising being in Denver, but there is shrimp cocktails. Hard place to get shrimp these days, but
Yeah.
they've got it right. And yeah, there is there's only 3 or 4 per serving, but everybody's got one. Times 8, that's quite a bit of shrimp. Quite a bit of shrimp to move from one of the coasts. So, decided to come and see Miss Sutton speak, did we? What did you think?
quite moving.
She is inspiring.
I liked all the parts where she talked about bonding the soul.
Mm.
Would a mouth have full of shrimp?
Mm.
What's going on with all that? What's up with all that soul stuff?
Well, Franklin, Diane replies, I must admit, I thought you would have known that appealing to the health of the soul is an important part of tending to one's religious needs. Your father never taught you
Mhm.
that, given his profession?
Hey, okay. I see you don't know me like you think you know me. Don't bring that man up. We can you keep that to your fucking self. I don't want to hear about that. Look, keep that boundary right there.
Oh, we have boundaries now, do we?
Yes, we do.
Boundaries that you expect us to respect? Let's talk about your boundaries. Let's
Mhm.
talk about the Hellhounds.
Talk about
Let's
it.
talk about Alberta Bell.
What's
Weren't
there to
Hey, you
interested
say?
know
in weren't interested in boundaries with her. She was an important part of the Laborers
I
Relief
did
and
it.
Aid Society.
Hellhound, she's dead. They killed my daddy. That's it.
Mm.
I killed them. The easy as that. It goes back and forth just like that.
What do you
Speaking
think
of
about that,
Alberta
Abigail?
Bell,
Oh, we'll talk about Alberta Bell, sure. What about
she's
her?
under no uncertain delusion in her final moments, which we, as you may know, were witness to. That what it is that the society is intending to do is going to fracture the planet. It isn't going to do what has been promised to anybody. There's been no truth to any of the uplifting or ascension that has been spoken about. And she saw it with her own eyes, professed it with her dying breath. And that's what we want to talk to Avery Sutton about. Are you interested in helping us?
Well, I don't know what nonsense Alberta did or did not say as she was dying. I can only imagine that people meeting a horrible end like that might say all sorts of things at the end. Staring daggers
Oh
at
yeah.
you as they're saying this, Abigail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As far as talking with Miss Sutton, if only you had announced you would be here, I'm sure she would have made time for you. I'm not sure what the misunderstanding is. She's on the side of the working people. And after we were run out of Boston and relocated to the city of Lost Angels,
Out of Boston.
we found her guidance quite compelling and quite helpful in mm, soothing some long-standing wounds.
How does breaking the world help you? You live in it. You're part of it. If it dies, you die.
I do not understand what you are talking about, Thomas. This is Jim talking now. This is the second time I've heard it. Cornelius, I've heard you mention breaking the world as well. You sound like you are in the employ of the great industrialists who think that any wealth going to the people is an affront to the way the world should be properly organized. Where Miss Sutton believes that all wealth comes from the labor of the common man, and that common man should therefore be rewarded.
Are you
And since when have you cared about the common man?
just in this for a political party? Do you not understand who Avery Sutton is and what she really does?
Further, you still haven't answered my question.
Let's work backwards. I believe we did answer your question. If you had announced yourself, Miss Sutton certainly would have stayed a little longer to confer with you.
My question was if you were interested in helping us or not. Because we all have fine things that we could be spending our time doing instead of wasting yours if the answer is no.
Oh, well, you make a presumption that you're wasting our time. We're having a lovely dinner, catching up with old friends, perhaps making some new ones. I think we're helping each other. If you're impatient, that sounds like something you should work on, preacher. As far as your question, Thomas, I think we know Miss Sutton and her intentions better than you do.
So you know there's like weird demon stuff and otherworldly gods and the hunting grounds. I mean, shit, they're talking about merging the demon world with ours.
Well, there is, as you say it, weird demon shit everywhere. Is it your claim that Avery Sutton is responsible for all of it?
No, but she wants to be responsible for a big fucking part of it.
She wants to control it so that it does not run rampant and unchecked as it has thus far, so that it doesn't fall under the control of the great economic powers of the day, like Mr. Hellstrom.
Oh,
It has
all
been
right.
unleashed. There is no putting that genie back in the bottle. So who do you want in charge, Mr. Everett?
Well, how does she
Hellstrom?
plan on going about controlling it?
Well, we are far from experts in that sort of thing. We
But isn't that exactly what Miss Alberta Bell told us? Is that there's no controlling them. Whatever dreams you have of being able to control these creatures, you're pissing up the wrong tree. It's not going to happen.
well,
Precisely. It's a lie given to you by these elder beings designed to open the gates so that they may run free. It is a lie that you have bought.
so you say, and perhaps Alberta Bell said, and perhaps she didn't. Jim and I have no way of knowing that. You are asking us to take your word over the angels.
She ain't no angel.
What
She
what
didn't
have
know-
you
she
done?
didn't even know we was coming.
The only one here who's ever done anything for us is Abigail.
So to you, you see this as
Sorry?
Are you confused, Abigail?
That you think I've done something for you? Sure, certainly.
Perhaps we should clear the air. Jonathan was our firstborn, Abigail. Our only son. The light of our lives. And despite what you or anyone may think, we knew him better than anyone. We knew he was a monster. We knew he was a degenerate. He cared for nothing, for no one, other than himself. He ran around town engaging in every manner of devious and debaucherous behavior. But whoring around, gambling around. He ran up debts with every organization that would loan him money. And we, for the longest time, paid off every gambling debt, paid off everyone who ever crossed him, all in the hopes that he would learn, that he would change, that he would become a responsible human being. When all our efforts failed, and our money was running dangerously thin, we decided a different approach would be in order. We decided that the Becketts would solve the problem for us, one way or another. We decided you, Abigail, would solve the problem for us, one way or another. We went through great efforts and almost the last of our money to make sure this marriage happened. And once it did, we knew that you would either get him in line or eventually you would kill him. Either way, not our problem any longer. And just as we suspected, you did solve the problem for us. And we thank you for that. Now, what we did not expect, however, was that lingering, gnawing feeling. He was our only son. Jonathan was our firstborn. And although we were grateful to have the problem that was Jonathan gone, the guilt is excruciating. And you walking around is just a reminder of that guilt. We learned you were deathly ill, and we were so happy to hear that news. Yet here you still are. And if it weren't for Avery Sutton, we would be doing something about this right now. But she has showed us the way, showed us that everyone has a role to play. And so we take our newfound fortune and give as much of it as we can to her so that she can further her endeavors. And we are sure that you will get yours when the Lord sees it fit. And they raise a glass of wine, as if in a little toast. They each take a sip. They're not crazy enough to wait for anyone else to drink to it.
Oh my god.
I am holding up a hand to flag down one of the wait
Yeah.
staff.
Absolutely. Can I help you, sir?
Hello. Yes, I'd like another round of shrimp on their dime. Yes,
Oh, certainly. And
indeed.
Diane just leans in and goes, "Oh, no, everything's on us. Please, whatever you like."
Absolutely. Another round of shrimp. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll take a second steak.
Yeah, I'll take some more shrimp now. I ain't never had shrimp before.
Adam, I
Oh.
assume
Bring me
they
a
are
bottle of
smi-
dry vermouth, please.
Yeah.
Dry vermouth.
Yeah.
Adam, I assume they are serving me as normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the waiter gets all thing, I'm going to lean forward and say, now that you've gotten your whatever out of the way, Jim and whoever the fuck you are, just so you're aware, you don't get absolution unless you ask for it. And playing with people isn't going to get you what you want. This has nothing to do with God and everything to do with you helping to create a monster, feeding somebody innocent to it, and being angry when they do what you asked her to do. So you can talk all you want about your little sanctimonious bullshit. I don't even have the time to maintain the fucking voice for you. Just fuck off. We'll eat your food. You can sit here and monologue all you want about how you know everybody's deep dark secrets. And isn't that really fucking fun? And if you feel good about it, if you walk away from this thinking, wow, that was really a good use of time, at least we'll get everything we want in terms of, I don't know, every rich delicacy that you can pay for. We'll close the fucking place out. It's the least you could do for wasting our fucking time.
By all means, con man, eat as much as you like.
I put my feet up on the table.
So, you'd like to have a conversation with Miss Sutton?
Yes.
Eventually.
Very well. How do we get in touch with you?
I would have thought you figured that
Cute.
out.
Well, we would have sent word to that little circus, but it seems like you're done with them.
Well, you've been keeping tabs on us for now the better part of a month, at least. So, whatever means you're using for doing that, I'm sure has another way of communicating.
Well, who's playing games now? You want to talk with Miss Sutton, you come to us. We say we'll arrange it and just ask how to get in touch with you. And now it's, oh, well, find us however you find us.
Why don't you send word to the post office the main post office in Denver?
Oh, very well. I imagine a couple of days, perhaps.
Gives everyone time to think about things.
Mm-hmm.
So, to you, this is a business investment. You're investing in a potential energy source or control of some kind. It's a business decision.
Oh, not at all. We are true believers in Miss Sutton's message that all of the strangeness that exists in the West these days, it is only a matter of time before someone controls it. And there is no worse possibility than some industrialist, some capitalist, some wealthy individual or conglomerate figuring out a way to get this all under their thumb. This is an opportunity.
I don't see how.
Yeah, how
Because
does it?
this is handing over the keys to somebody else who is, as far as you know, mortal, and is either going to stay mortal and then be replaced by someone who may not like you as much, or will find a way to immortality and will have no need of you. How is this an opportunity?
We can all agree that the evil that is running rampant in the West is a bad thing. Yes?
Of course.
What I and my husband are saying is that our fear is that a power that great is too appealing for the powers that be to not try and bring it under their control.
Well, who else
It's,
is actively trying to do that besides you all?
oh, I think any number of people are. Hellstrom, to begin with. You and Abigail should know better than anyone.
So wait. You can't control your son, but you think you can control that?
Oh, Jim speaks up. No, not at all. But do we think Miss Sutton can?
How? How does she do that?
You have to speak to her, which,
It's a
as we
fucking
said,
blind leading the
we're willing
blind.
to arrange. Well,
Okay.
again, we would think that the son of a preacher would know something about faith.
Do you
How
have
many?
faith?
We do in Miss Sutton.
Okay. Ada, it's gonna be my last time telling you this though. Stop bringing that man up. But we gonna have to go outside and shoot this one out. That's
No,
what it's
we
gonna
won't.
be. It's gonna have to be.
I'm curious. You said you found out I was sick, and I'm very curious. One might say I'm dying to know why. How? How did you find out? I've never told anyone. Dr. Mortimer never knew. Frendel never knew. No one knew but me.
Well, we didn't know for certain. But we did know that Jonathan was sick. We did know some of the potential repercussions of both the illness and of attempting to treat that illness. And as we said, we knew he was a monster. So putting one and one together seemed rather likely. Diane leans in and says, Mother always knows. So, Boston cream pie for dessert? Just for old times?
Well, it has been so lovely catching up with you all. I look forward to hearing from you when you have arranged that meeting with Miss Sutton. I think I shall call it an evening.
Certainly.
Oh yeah. Let me get the hell out of here.
Always a pleasure. Oh, Franklin, before you go,
Hey, I don't even want to hear. I
It
just don't want
seems
to hear.
it seems you're a
I'm
little
walking.
unclear. Are you just walking out?
Yeah, walking.
Okay.
I linger till after Franklin like walks out and turns and say, "I would not push him. I'm just honestly speaking to your safety."
Well, look, I do appreciate that, Thomas. You might want to either inform or remind him that in order for a duel to be legal, both parties have to agree to it.
Yeah, I don't think he cares much for that sometimes, but I'll be sure to pass it along.
Well, we appreciate that, and we will um, heed your advice. It was a pleasure to get to talk to you, Thomas.
I can't say it was the same.
Oh, I understand.
I hope, however this ends up, some good comes out of it.
Oh, we do too.
Yeah, as I walk out with Thomas, I lean back over my shoulder and say, "Pleasure meeting the second best." Throw like a fucking salute.
Do you take a cocktail to go?
No, but I'm gonna pour a bottle of wine out at the door.
I say, hey, check it out. I have 2 shrimp cocktails
Nice.
under my coat.
By the time I get to leave,
Mhm.
uh, I'll say, You seem to know an awful lot about faith. I understand that you know enough about me for you to understand that I mean this sincerely. You keep Father Saint out of your mouth because that child is not someone that you need to be feared compared to the others who are also keeping their eyes out on you.
Fair enough, Cornelius. Didn't realize it was such a touchy subject still.
I'll leave.
Miss Broussard sticking around for dessert?
Only if you'll pack it to go for me.
I was gonna say absolute power move to just be
Oh.
like, yes.
Yes.
Oh, we'd be happy to. If you like, we can pack 6 of them up, have someone deliver them.
Pack 6 of them up. I'll wait.
Oh, very well.
That'd be so fucking funny. She's just like, well, I don't have any issue with you guys.
I don't have any issues, and this cake is good.
Yeah.
I love Boston cream.
Right. Waitstaff brings out 8 Boston cream pies, puts them all out at the table as if everyone were still there, and then people come out and box up the 6 of them that are going.
Yeah, totally different people come out.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Meanwhile, Diane and Jim are eating their Boston cream pie, and have completely moved on. So how do you find the weather up here? As much thinner than it is in New Orleans, don't you think?
I really don't care to talk about the weather. Have a nice night, y'all.
She's so funny.
Daintily dabs her mouth, but clean.
Excellent.
I was just waiting on the boxes.
Right. There's
She's unironically such a bitch.
Yeah, grabs the boxes, gives a little curtsy, a little.
Joan, if you allow it, there are 2 members of the waitstaff, each carrying 3 boxes that will follow you back to where you're staying. If you'd rather not, they will hand the boxes to you. A little unwieldy, but the choice is yours.
I'll let them carry it. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're just
I
porters.
think they know enough of where we're at anyway.
Great. They follow you back. Bring the boxes. Actually, drop the boxes off at the front desk as you walk in. Explain to the person there that it's now their staff's responsibility. Like they're, you know,
The rest of the way up.
right. Like we're not. Yeah. And the desserts follow you up shortly.
Do you tip the porters, Joan?
Yes, yeah, I do.
They wave you off. They're like, no, it's all been taken care of.
Shrug
Fucking
and
does.
keep my money.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Would you all like to conduct any debrief with each other before we call session?
The second the rest of us are out in the street before Joan gets there, since Joan's waiting a second, first thing out of Friendly's mouth is, what a fucking waste of time. Holy shit. No fucking wonder I hate that type of person.
Remains to be seen if it was a waste of time. They may actually come through. I don't think that they will, since either they have completely changed themselves as people entirely in the
possible.
last few years, Or they are under some sort of influence because uh, did Jonathan's Diane calling her son a monster? No, never in a million years. She doted on the boy, even as he was doing all of his horrid things.
They'll come through.
I agree. I believe they will. Whatever sort of compulsion they are under, which has, if you can believe it, made them better people.
I want to
I
blow their fucking brains up.
It hasn't made them better people. It's made them tamer people.
This is tame. This is tame and better.
yes, yes, they were truly horrid.
I didn't know them personally, but uh, for them to do what they did with the money they had meant that all they are right now is tamed. All the bad parts have been brought to heel in service of something.
It's not that. It's the opposite. They're being themselves in public without fear because they have everything they want and it can't be taken from them.
Oh no. This is I spent time with them and this is not paying for anything? No. No, no, no. Paying for all of this? No. They hoarded money.
They never flaunted their wealth. Seems pretty standard.
There's always some degree of flaunting, yes, but not like this.
Oh, by the way, I set down the shrimp cocktails.
I will get something else to eat. Thank you, though, Thomas. I mean, I agree
My
with
point-
you, Cornelius, is that they no longer fear being called out for their horridness.
My point is that they aren't under a charm. They are persuaded.
Right. Their beliefs align. They're all in.
They have never a day in their lives cared about the concerns of a laborer. Never once. Worried
But
about
neither-
somebody in the upper echelon gaining control of this?
But it doesn't matter because that's not what the entities on the hunting plane in the hunting grounds even care about. They care about getting here, and they care about getting people in line and in organization that are going to get them here. And one of those some of those people are those folks.
Plus, I don't think they actually care about working people. They're out for themselves.
Hmm They've been
All-
promised
all
something
they have to
different than
do-
anything else.
They just have to be convinced that they are the working people that are being protected. It doesn't matter if they actually are or not.
But even the appearance of a concern, I cannot express how terrible of human beings these people are.
Okay.
Well,
So let me make sure I got this straight. Is it net positive if we just kill them? Is that what I'm hearing?
I
Let
don't
them
think
come through with Sutton first. I think that they will. I think that they will because it allows them, one, to flaunt their perceived power. Two, it sounds like Sutton actually is interested in meeting us, since perhaps we've been a bigger thorn in their side than we've realized.
We did kill Alberta Bell and the
Exactly.
entire demon that she was intending to summon.
yeah,
That was supposed to open a hole in the
Mhm.
veil in the first place.
as far as I'm aware, we're the thorn in their side.
Yes.
Also, if we kill them, I'm not going to be able to participate because I've never wanted to kill somebody more in my life. And I can't do it.
I don't look. We don't just kill them, all right? If they attack us, then obviously defend yourself, right? But we're not just killing them because we don't like them.
To be honest, I have no real desire to participate in their deaths. They mean nothing to me anymore. And seeing the situation in which they find themselves and seeing Diane's face when she had to describe her child as a monster to keep up this whatever it is, she will live the rest of her life knowing that she failed her child in every conceivable way. I have nothing but pity for them anymore. No scorn, no hatred. I'm done with them. Once they have given us the meeting with Alberta Bell, that's it.
Well, as for that, we'll look for their word at the post office in Denver.
Aren't we in Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There. Excellent. Then we can go get shit-faced. I
Yeah.
will walk off in my very fancy dress and find the most rot gut bar I can find.
Excellent. You get lots of attention at said Rot Gut Bar. Whichever members of the party are with you are also there. You have plenty of coin in your pocket with which to purchase Rot Gut booze. You have plenty of food in your bellies to help absorb said Rot Gut booze.
Not me.
Nice.
Ate nothing.
I'm going back to the train car.
Okay.
Friendly is very clearly like fucking furious.
Yeah.
Stay with the
I'm-
doc.
I'm going back.
Okay. That's ruining Abigail's buzz. She's going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to go shoot bottles.
Okay. You're going to find some empty lot and shoot bottles in it?
Yes.
Okay. Joan, what are you up to?
I think I'll head to the bar. Wherever people are going to drink, I'm going to.
Well, it sounds like right now you might be the only person going to a bar.
Then I'm
Right.
going to my room with my bottle of dry vermouth.
Nice. Nice. Thomas?
Take the bar home.
If it looks like everyone is then leaving, I'll shoot bottles with Franklin.
Okay. You do that for a little bit. Sheriff shows up, right? and it's like, what is going on here? It like sees that you're in a vacant lot, right? And it's like, what is going on here?
Hey, Sheriff, rack him up. Let's see what you got.
Not in town, fellas. Like, I get it. Like, it seems like a good time, right? But you're really freaking people out.
Hey,
Can you just take it outside the city limits, please?
All right, we
Hey.
will.
we'll take it outside. $10, I can outshoot you.
Yeah, we'll take it outside if you beat him.
No, I'm not going to bet you, right? Because I'm pretty certain you can outshoot me, right? And B, no, you're taking it outside of city limits.
All right, we was just trying to have a bit of fun with you, sir.
I understand, right? But it's been a long day with all the security we've had to put up with. So please, do me a favor.
How about you just squeeze one off for funsies?
Come on, you
get the
gotta come
fuck
with
out,
it.
get the fuck out of here. Here, look, and he actually he tells you go this many go this many yards, make a left. Like once you pass Johnson's granary, there's going to be a big empty field on your right. Like you should be fine out there. It's remote enough. You can target shoot all you want. Do me a favor, don't shoot at anything moving.
Wouldn't dream of it. How about you and the boys come back with a sixer?
You know what? Right. You know
Hey,
what?
we can all just
When
have
This
when
is turning
chill
into
class.
super bad, by the
Right,
way, where you
when-
just go hang out with the cops in the parking lot.
when my shift is over, I'll swing by, and if you guys are still out there, I'll shoot some with you. Does that sound fair?
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
I like how you talked him off the hook and then tried to get back on.
Yeah,
Get-
yeah.
Get on out of here now.
Come do donuts with us.
Mhm.
You said your name is
Um,
McLovin? That's fucking cool.
That's cool.
All right. Any other conversations or occurrences that need to occur before the evening is officially over?
Nah.
Going once,
Yeah.
Going
one
twice.
We've got a tavern talk channel, right? Just in case we do, right? Somewhere.
if we don't, I will make one.
Okay.
We gotta.
Yes.
I've
successful
been
in the shoot.
thinking about casting a spell,
Yeah, go for it.
but I have to think about the words of it first. So just give me just a minute. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Joan, how's that vermouth going down?
Pretty well with all the gin that she has
Yeah.
stored away in her
Nice.
dress.
Very nice. Abigail and Friendly, any conversations you want to either have or topics that you're going to be discussing while you're in the train car?
At the moment, Frendel is just furiously praying.
Okay.
There is no serenity, and I think
Right.
what's happening is Frendel's just getting more and more angry by the fact that he can't find the serenity.
Right.
There's just a lot of shifting, sighing, like almost that like feeling when somebody's angry, you can feel it just emanating off of them in waves.
Yeah.
He's just picked a spot in the corner, is just occasionally muttering, "Fuck,
Yeah.
fucking."
Abigail, watching all this
Abigail.
praying, how much do you regret leaving the bar?
I was gonna say, I think Abigail, seeing this and how much it has clearly upset Frendel, will eventually just not say anything, but sit down next to Frendel and just take his hand.
Oh.
Actually, no, I lied. She'll just say they're not worth your anger. They're not worth this.
We don't have to talk about it anymore, but when the time comes, I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna do it so that you get back the life that I stole from you.
You're not, and you didn't, but we can argue about that later.
Yeah, friendly nods. Squeezes your hand more. That's that like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight about something later, or we're not, but
Mhm.
we just immediately get over it.
Yeah, very cool. How we doing, Max?
I'd like to deal with the devil.
Yeah, great. Hit that macro button and let's see what happens here.
Oh, we're getting
Okay.
crazy.
I need 5 power points for this.
Okay.
That seems good.
Yeah, I feel okay about that. But I feel like I could maybe do better. I can do better. Okay. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay, did not get enough PowerPoints. So it fails. Well, it doesn't like fail. There's like a.
Yeah, let me grab the
Um,
rule book here and take a look. I think you may.
yeah.
I think you still
If
get
you
an
didn't get enough
opportunity to.
PowerPoints, yeah, subtract how many PowerPoints you came up short from the spellcasting roll in the next step. Oh, okay. So I'll just take a -2 penalty for the spell.
Great. What spell are we
let's see.
casting?
I am casting Divination,
Mm-hmm.
which is a seasoned spell, which means I'm not outclassed by it. Okay, so I just roll with a -2. That is
Mhm.
all.
That looks good to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I think it's just a normal success and not the raise, but what? Where's the divination power?
I'm more or less trying to. All that I want to do is hop
Mhm.
into the mental casino because I wanted to talk to the dealer.
Okay.
So while we're sitting at the table, I'll ask him for part of the spell.
Master Cox, quite a
So
bit of trouble. May I help you?
I've been wondering, as much as you've heard about this Avery Sutton just in the eavesdropping and all, if you happen to know who it is she's trying to lead on from that side with with the lute string of hers.
Oh, well, I don't think it is anyone in particular. I think it is. I think she is trying to attract the most powerful things that she can. And to be clear, it's not a lyre string. There are 9 of them.
Only 9.
That's correct.
I'm going to ask you this not because I want you to tell me the answer of where, but I just want to know, do you know where they are?
I know where one was.
What's something here that you fear?
Fear? That's for you
Hmm.
people, Master Cox.
And what is it about any other thing that lives here that makes you want to spend time in the mortal world?
Oh, I don't want to spend time in the mortal world, Master Cox. I have to spend time in the mortal world. If I don't interact with people like yourself, I've got no chance at getting what I want.
This is a chore.
We all have chores, Master Cox.
Well, time's about up. See you in a week.
Always a pleasure. I look forward to it, Master Cox.
That'll do.
Cool. And I think with that, that's a lovely place to end session.